Oh, I don't know how to do this shit. Oh, wait.
I believe.
What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Is this thing on? Are we live yet? Is it week 3?
What's crack-a-lacking? Fucking sounds like Optimus Prime. I love it.
What's cracking, brother? Welcome in, everybody. What's up, KD? Rise and shine. It is Sunday morning. Football is here today. AMG in the building. How are we doing, my man? What is good? We are going to be answering questions, going over each game, and looking at props we like for each game here. So any questions you guys have, fire them away, and we will get to them as we go through it, man. And I got my co-host, Big Draft Energy Disco, in the building. The man, the myth, the genius. Tell them where they can find you at. Tell them what's going on, what you got going on with
You can find me at #1 New Orleans Saints hater at twitter.com. Fuck Alvin Kamara and Derek Carr sort of deal. Yeah, it's good morning Sunday, and we're going to find out today that the Saints are fucking frauds, and I'm here for it. That's the game I'm paying the most attention to. But honestly, you can find me at Big Draft Energy on YouTube. It's where I put majority of my content. I'm also Big Drafters HQ on X. Come talk shit there. I'll talk shit back. It's a good deal every single time. Your mother's not off limits, though. I will diss your mother.
Unhinged Sunday morning. I like it.
Go!
Make sure you guys do check out my guy's link. It is in the description of the video. Make sure you go smash him a sub, smash him a follow. My man does great research for everything fantasy football. Definitely recommend it. How we doing, chat? Let's catch up with everyone here. We already got questions popping. What is good, South? How we doing? Top of the morning, fella. How we doing? Jamie Raber says DK or Zay.
It's a bad matchup, but DK.
Man, I think I'm going Zay for the volume here. I don't like DK versus Ramsey over Zay in this one.
Your recency bias is so controlling over you. We know what Zay Flowers is. It's only a matter of time where he actually shows us who he is.
10 plus targets a game is tough to turn away from me, though.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. I hear you. And it's an outlier, and it's weird, and I don't like it. And I feel like I've been wrong about Zay Flowers, but I'll continue to bet against him because I got to stand on business, man.
Got you. Oh, we got Jack in the building. Hang on, everybody. Let's pause the questions here for a second. I've been waiting for this. Let me.
I'm jamming Ocarina of Time. Let's go. What the frick is that?
The Ocarina of Time is Zelda.
Oh, cool. You guys are both nerds. Noted.
I'm a gamer. Come on.
Nerd alert.
Jax, send me your Venmo real quick. You can start talking about a game if you want.
He's Canadian. It's got to be PayPal.
He sent me his Venmo.
There's no way he has Venmo.
And I'll send you the 100 right now, Jack. I made a dumb bet last week. I said that Sam Darnold would go over 30 pass attempts or whatever it was, and he got crushed.
You said 40.
40, yeah, I know. It didn't go well. Yeah. What's up, South? He says 14 team 1, 2 PPR need.
Half PPR.
Oh, half PPR. Okay. 14 team, half PPR. Need a RB2. Carson Steele versus Atlanta or Justin Hill versus Dallas. I'm going Carson Steele. I want the volume.
I want Justice Hill against Dallas. He also said that Gus Edwards was there, but I'm going Justice Hill against Dallas. It is half PPR and it is touchdown dependent. I mean, Justice Hill is like my guy in PPR format. Gus Edwards probably has the highest odds of being the one out of those three to fall into the end zone, and none of them have high odds to fall into the end zone. So I'm going to go to the guy who's going to get the most volume, and that's Justice Hill.
Got you. Take over game one real quick. He did send me his Venmo. I'm going to Venmo you right now, Jack. I got you.
Okay, game one, we got the Anthony Richardson Colts, who are struggling. They are absolutely terrible. But the glue that brings this team together, Josh Downs is back. At what capacity will we see Josh Downs? We'll find out. And they are currently 1-point favorites with the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams visiting. This is a plus matchup for DeAndre Swift. This is as plus of a matchup as it should be for Caleb Williams. Somebody's got to right the ship. Somebody's got to sink. Who's it going to be? Stay tuned and find out here on My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football. What's crack-a-lacking? Okay, I got game one out of the way. Kicked in. That was a great intro. That was fucking phenomenal.
I need the last 4 digits. Shoot me a Twitter DM, Jack. I can't send it without the last 4 digits of the number or your cell phone number. I still go Carson Steele here. I think the volume he's going to see, I think they're going to use him as the workhorse back this game. He's the fan favorite. I like Carson Steele for that one. Let's catch up here. H8, what's up, my man? Hey, guys, love the show. Play 5. Woo! Play 5.5 PPR. Sharb, Kyren, Devontae, Neighbors, DK, Shaheed. My worry is cannibalize myself. Players on the same team, DK and Sharp and Neighbors got against Cleveland over Kyren and Shaheed. I kind of don't understand the questions. Hey guys, love the show. Play 5.
Yeah, so he's worried about essentially playing
Neighbors and
players
Cleveland.
from the same team. That way, he doesn't get really like screwed for one person popping, the other person not popping. I think both Sharp and DK are able to pop. I like both of them. I think Devontae Adams is a must start, and then Shaheed. I think this is a great game as well. The last one, if I had to pick between Neighbors or Kyren Williams, I'm going to go with the guy who needs to get a little bit more work based off of volume and doesn't have Daniel Jones throwing him the ball, and that's Kyren. So there you go. The odd man out is Neighbors for me.
Got you. I'm sending Jack a message real quick.
Yeah, and don't forget to put the Canadian.
I know. I gave him 100 US. It's fine. You can gift it back if you want, Jack.
Yeah. Singletary, Ford, or Akers, start one.
I think the safe play is Ford, but I'm really high on Akers this week. I like that the Vikings are missing their stud linebacker. I think that they're going to have a good game for him here.
Yeah, I think Singletary is borderline startable, but I think Ford, then Singletary, then Akers.
You like Singletary versus Cleveland D?
Yeah, I do.
Oof. Okay. I don't see the Giants.
Here's mine. Right. We've seen a lesser running back fall into the end zone, and then we've seen a running back who's been playing equivalent style football, Travis Etienne, also fall in the end zone against Cleveland. Both of them have gotten targeted in the receiving game. I think Singletary presents a better opportunity as a check down option than the other two. So, yeah, I do like Singletary this week.
Okay. I have Singletary on a sit-up, so you're getting both sides here. Fantasy football. I like it. If you guys are new in here, smash that like button, hit that subscription button. All the support's appreciated. We will try to get to every question as fast as we can, guys. Jamie Raber, how we doing this morning? He says Zamir over Najee. It is Zamir week, baby. I am starting Zamir White everywhere I can. But if Justin Herbert is ruled out, you should try and get them both in your lineup. You should try and get Zamir and Najee in there somehow, Jamie.
I think
it'll be a run fest.
I think Zamir White has the much more favorable matchup, and if he doesn't do it, I apologize. Like, all signs are pointing to Zamir week. So, yeah,
I agree. Ford or Akers again. I think we're going Ford here, but I do like Akers as a play this week.
Akers is definitely not a play for me, but
we're gonna find out on that one. Hit the like button, y'all. Fantasy team loses today. What's up, Chef? Shout out to you. How you doing this morning? What's good, my man? Ken F says Akers or Dobbins.
I'm going to go Dobbins. Dobbins has an opportunity in the receiving aspect against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Obviously, they don't really check the ball down a heck of a lot, but they also haven't had to based off of game script. I think based on game script and game script alone, we see Dobbins get involved in the screen game a little bit more this week.
Okay. See, for me, man, that Pittsburgh defense, I don't really want to start a running back against them, especially if Herbert's out. But do we have the update on Herbert yet or no? Is it going to the game time?
I can pull it up. But like, if Javonte Williams could do it against that defense, J.K. Dobbins should be able to do it against that defense, right? So,
yeah. Well, Javonte rushed for, I think, like a 1 yard average, and then he got garbage time catches. So,
yeah, and I'm anticipating that Dobbins is going to get garbage time catches as well.
But I look at it like Javonte's played 78% of the snaps and Dobbins playing 50 with splitting with Gus. So that one's tough. I still go Dobbins, but I think it's really close, Ken. What's up, Rush? Thoughts on Jay Season this week? Feel like his matchup is good for him today. Jay Season should be a smash today, especially if you have Ramsey on DK. But I need to see consistency from him. I know he looks great, and he boomer busted it, or he's like a boomer bust right now for me still. Kind of like Rashid Shaheed till he shows some consistency, but I'm starting him. All right, we go. What's up, the worst? Bayou Bengal in the building. Shout out to my guy. Make sure you check out his YouTube. He was live this morning, all morning, going over football games, helping you guys as well. Make sure
He's got a watch party going on. He's about to get monetized for the second time. Make sure when this show's over, you guys head over to his channel, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and just turn it on. You don't have to watch or anything. Just turn it on because we need to help our guy. Right? Let's help our guy.
There you go. Jackson W. I play full PPR. Who should I play in my flex? Akers, Rome, Singletary, or Thielen?
I'm gonna go Rome, Singletary, Thielen, Akers. Akers is a bottom feeder for me this week.
Man, Rome has such a good matchup, but he just hasn't hit. This could be the game he hits. The matchup is beautiful, but I think the safe, like if you're trying to play safe here, it'd be Singletary for me in this one. Thielen could pop with Andy Dalton, but I don't know about that yet.
It looks like Justin Herbert is going to push to play, but it is still a game time decision.
Okay, I like that. So we don't know yet there. So the Steelers questions, Najee. If you have a question for Najee, if Justin Herbert is out, I love Najee this week. If he's not out there, it's going to be kind of 50-50 with great defense.
I think I like Najee and Jalen Warren regardless.
I like the passing work coming for Jalen a lot this week. After your research on that, what's up, Ken? Jaden Daniels or Carr? It's Carr, man. Carr's got too good of a matchup. He's QB2 on the year. You can't think oh, he's gonna come back. I like Carr as a smash.
It's Jaden Daniels because the New Orleans Saints are the frauds of the first 2 weeks of the NFL. And we're in week 3 still.
He's gonna give you shit on the Saints all day, Bayou, all day. What's up, Eddie? How we doing? I'm leaning Akers. Akers revenge game versus Minnesota. Foreman is taking carries from Ford. I'm leaning Akers too, but you're getting both sides of the fantasy football brains right here. Caden, how we doing? Casemiro, T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, or Khalil Shakir. The matchup for T is so good, but man, he hasn't been out there. Amari Cooper has been trash. Ooh, man, do we think it's an Amari day or a T day? I'd put Shakir third.
I mean, T. Higgins was very strategic in picking his comeback game. Washington Commanders week 3. I'm back. Yeah, I'm going T. Higgins. It's a get right game for him. But Amari Cooper probably has one of the tastier matchups in football. I just think it's going to be more of a Jerry Jeudy game, but it could really be a 50-50 split between both of them. Regardless, I like Deshaun
Amari. He goes for 50.
Yeah, I like Deshaun Watson this week, and I agree. Amari is due for one of those games. I'm going to make a DFS lineup with Amari Cooper right now.
I like it.
That's how I'm going this morning.
AK-41 from Bengal. Saints are real. Told you they would be. Follow apples off that Shanahan. Fallen apples off that Shanahan tree. Don't fall far. Steph. Dude, I think the Saints beat the Eagles today, man. I'm not going to lie.
The Eagles will beat them by 3 touchdowns. You heard it. Yeah, man. I am here to ruin my reputation with stupid takes.
Peanut butter jelly. What's up, my man? Shout out to you. How you doing this morning? I'm going DJ Moore here. AMG 100%. The matchup is too good. The Indianapolis Colts defense is a fantasy pot of gold rainbow, and your team is just.
Yeah, I think Amari. I think they both have favorable matchups. I think it's Deshaun Watson should feed Amari, but Jerry Jeudy's in the mix. You're good either way, or you're terrible either way. I'm gonna go DJ Moore just because I like DJ Moore a lot.
Got you. Puke, who dat, baby? I think the Saints roll them. Bengal. I'm with you on this one. I am excited to see DeJean out there, though. Iowa U, baby. T. Higgins or J.K. Dobbins from Cole HD. How you doing? Welcome in, my man. I'm going T here. I don't like the matchup for Dobbins more than I like T's matchup versus the terrible Commander defense. And you get the Monday night last laugh.
Yeah. I mean, if we're looking for safe floor, that's all Dobbins, because I think despite the matchup, it's still a very safe floor. If we're talking about you need a big ceiling, like the most unlimited ceiling humanly possible, you got to go with T. Higgins. So depending on your matchup and your current situation, if you're playing from behind, say you went against Breece Hall and Aaron Rodgers and maybe Garrett Wilson or Tyler fucking Conklin.
Tyler Conklin popped.
Yeah, that one sucked. But yeah, say you're playing from behind, then I would go T. Higgins. But if it's pretty even 50-50 split, I'd go Dobbins.
I like that. Mikey G, what's up, my man? Hey guys, would you start the Bears D or the Texans D today? I'm going the Bears D here. I think Anthony Richardson's going to throw 2 picks versus this nasty defense here.
I'm
What do you
going
like in
Texans.
this one? Versus
I'm
the
going
Vikings?
Texans. Yeah.
He likes the Texans. I think Sam Darnold's going to have a pass-heavy day here too, and Jettis is mine up there.
He's due for an interception, and I like the Texans pass rush a heck of a lot. I feel like Anthony Richardson with Josh Downs is somebody who I don't want to bet against because like he's a completely different player when Josh Downs is on the field, whereas like Sam Darnold will be seeing ghosts. I didn't bet against Sam Darnold last week.
I thought he was going to see ghosts against the 49ers. That didn't work.
I'm betting against him this week.
And he comes up with another question here. Jay Season or Neighbors at wide receiver 3?
I think Neighbors has a better matchup, so I would go Neighbors. Jackson Smith and Jigba could and should pop, but like everything we've seen against the
I'm worried about Danny Dimes versus Cleveland Browns defense, man. I know Neighbors.
Yeah, for sure. I don't disagree, but like we've also seen 0 wide receivers really have a day against Miami thus far, and definitely better quarterbacks at play against Miami the previous 2 games.
I mean, if you're going volume, of course, if you own Neighbors and you just had an 18 target game and you played the Commanders, everything in your lineup is going to look like Neighbors should smash. But this is like the fantasy football move that I don't like this week is Neighbors. Just for me, I've had him on a sit him all week. Chef says, any concerns with Rashad White's growing injury? I think Irving could be a flex play this week versus Denver. I do, but Rashad White's out there. They say he's healthy. He practiced in full. The matchup is so tasty. You can start them both. I mean, Denver's defense gets crushed in the run game.
Do they have a receptions prop for Rashad White this week on Drafters Fantasy where people can double their initial deposit by using promo code SLEAZE?
Oh, yeah, that's right. If you guys aren't on Drafters, I'm not on OBS. I can't pull up my new screen that I have for it, but make sure you sign up on Drafters Fantasy with code SLEAZE. All the support's appreciated. I'll match your deposit up to $100. And again, guys, smash that thumbs up button. Helps us out a ton. Make sure you smash that sub. We'll be answering questions for the next hour and 45 minutes here, going over games as well, guys. What's up, Richard?
19.5 receiving yards, 10.5 longest reception. I don't love either one of them, and I like both of them a heck of a lot. It sucks. No receptions.
I like that. Oh, no, man. I think Rashad, I don't think he's going to see 3 or 4, maybe. I think you're going to see a lot more Bucky in this game because he is banged up with the growing, but it's tough not to start him. Jay Season over 51.5 or CeeDee Lamb over 81.5 from 2 Cracked. Which one should I choose? What are your thoughts? I'm going CD here. CD has to feast in this game for the Cowboys to not go 1 and 2 here.
Yeah, this is 100% a CeeDee Lamb game. He's the only real pay-up option at wide receiver that makes a lot of sense with his plus matchup. This is as good of a matchup as it gets for a wide receiver and quarterback. Definitely both stackable in DFS plays this week as well.
I like that. Dak has not even hit 12 points yet, man. He's got to wake up here at some point.
I know.
Richard, how we doing, brother? Hey, guys, start 3. Ridley, White, Ford, Aaron Jones is 100% a sit for me versus Texans, Rundy. Not even a thought. Ridley, I'm going White, I'm going Ford, and I'm going Singletary.
I'm going Ridley, I'm going Ford, and I'm going White.
Okay. Why Ridley? You like him versus Jair?
It's not about who he's playing because, like, realistically speaking, this is their best matchup yet against, a receiving or a defensive backcourt that has kind of given up massive plays to the wide receiver position. Eventually, Tony Pollard is going to do way too much, and the boxes are going to be stacked. He doesn't just line up at the X where Jair kind of follows. He kind of lines up relatively everywhere. I think he's going to get his work in the slot, and I do like him a lot this week. Calvin Ridley is like one of my favorite plays in DFS this week.
See, for me, I think D-Hop, now that he's going to ramp up more, he's playing 40 to 50% snaps in the first 2 games. I think he's going to have more of an impact in this game than Calvin Ridley. Just a dart throw for me on that one because last year they had too good of a connection.
It really could be either one of them. I just rather bet on the guy who has been healthy.
Been out there.
Yeah.
Got you. Fire says we love the questions. Keep them coming. Go ahead.
There's merit to your take. Like I have considered Hopkins as well. I'm just looking at his price right now in DFS, and it's $5,000. So I'll put him in this lineup. Why the heck not?
Cheap one. What's up, Big Avo? How we doing this morning? Calvin Ridley, Quentin Johnston, or Javonte Williams? I don't like Quentin Johnston. That's for sure. I mean, one game pop. He's a nightmare, dude. Javonte's probably your safe play here. Ridley's probably your boom play here. What do you
Yeah,
think on that one?
I'm gonna say Calvin Ridley. I'm not considering the other two.
Okay, I like that. Angel, how we doing? Full PPR. Kyler Murray is the quarterback. CeeDee Lamb, Rashee Rice, D. Smith, Harrison. Who do I sit? Out of these names, you should be trying to trade up to tier up or something right here with this. Kyler Murray, Lamb, Rashee Rice, D. Smith, Marvin Harrison. Who do I sit? I mean, three superstars.
Well, I love Kyler Murray. I think Rashee Rice doesn't have the best match. I think if we're talking about matchups alone, CeeDee Lamb is a must play. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a must play. What it comes down to is Devonta Smith or Rashee Rice. I think if we're looking at who has more upside this week, it's got to be Devonta Smith because game script says that he's going to be targeted and targeted a heck of a lot. And I wouldn't say he's necessarily matchup proof, but he's definitely a better receiver than a lot of other players in the defensive backcourt that he's going against. I don't think Lattimore's going to shadow if he should play or be a go. Do we know if Lattimore's playing?
He's supposed to be out there. He practiced in full, but I think he's still going to be, first game back. I'm not thinking he's going to be a lockdown in his first game.
I don't know. They wouldn't play him if he wasn't like good to go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to sit Rashee Rice in that situation. Although, damn, that's not a bad situation to be in, though, Angel. That's a stacked roster, man. Two Crack says, thanks, doing CD, and also, how doesn't Kyler Murray get 40+ rushing yards? I think that's one of my favorite props, by the way, Two Crack. With how much pressure the Lions are going to bring from the outside, he's going to be running up the middle a lot. There's going to be a lot of lanes open. I like it a lot for Kyler. That's one of my favorite props this week as well.
I'm not willing to bet on it.
You don't like it?
I'm not willing to bet on it. It's not that I don't like it. There's not enough proof that it's a smash for me.
What's up, Chop? He says TE who tight end? Who to start? Jonnu, Fant, Ertz, or Gesicki? Wow,
best matchup.
Jonnu Smith as he's ramping up. Hunter Henry just crushed Seattle last week. We talked about that on Disco's show yesterday. But man, Gesicki seeing 9 targets too. Monday Night Football. Commanders. I'd go either one. They're both nice for
Commanders are literally the worst defense at everything except for the tight end.
Yeah,
they're the best defense against the tight end position. Sit your tight ends against the Commanders. Facts.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to say, right?
Yeah.
Bayou Bengal says Ridley has a good matchup. He likes Ridley. Chat. I just think D Hop's going to be more involved in this game than he has been in the first two. Bayou Bengal, thank you for the membership, my man. We got a 5 gifted battle going, and guys, I am taking Zamir White to outscore Alvin Kamara this week on a bold call. Chop says flex T Higgins or Demarcus Robinson. I'm going T Higgins here. That's easy for me.
T.
Dude on the right. Sorry, I don't know what names, but your smashes for this week. And if you want to let me know, so we're gonna go through props. We can start the props right now with the games you want. If you want to, you talked about the Bears Colts, right?
Yeah. So he says, dude on the right, what's your name? My name is Disco. You could call me Big Draft Energy. You could call me Big Papa, Big Daddy. You could call me Disco Dumbass or Disco Dumbass if I miss. But yeah, shout out to you, man. You can subscribe at Big Draft Energy on YouTube.
And his link is in the description, guys. Make sure you smash that sub. Support my guy.
I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, we're going to go over all the games. This is Sleazeball Show. So just take notes of the plays we like that we think are smashes and then make your own picks. Once again, guys, we are not liable for any losses. If you guys do want to tail, make sure you tail on Drafters Fantasy by using promo code SLEAZE on Drafters Fantasy. Your first bet is on him. He'll double your initial deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Cheers.
There we go. Cheers up this morning. Get your vitamin water. Definitely subbing. Thank you, Crack. Yeah, we are live on his show 2 times a week, and then we're live on my show 2 times a week, and then we're pumping out content on Twitter and everything to help you guys at all costs here. Okay, so if we're diving into the Colts Bears game here, what props do you like? What don't you like? What are the sits? What are the hits? What are the misses here?
All right, props I like every single week is Anthony Richardson longest rush. It is up a full yard than it was last week, but I still like it. If we look at all the quarterbacks that played against the Chicago Bears, Well, at least Will Levis. If we're looking stylistically, who's similar, it's Anthony Richardson. Will Levis had a day rushing, so I like either the 242.5 pass and rush yards for Anthony Richardson over, or the longest rush 14.5. I'm going to keep riding that train. If we look at the quarterback situation for the Chicago Bears, the Colts defense, even though they're one of the worst defenses we've ever seen in football, give up only 170.3 passing yards per game.
Yeah, but
And
Malik
over
Willis
against,
is in there. We got to cut. They got to count one of them as down when Malik Willis is playing quarterback.
yeah, for sure. So, like, with that being said, I mean, 210.5 passing yards for Kalen Williams. I like the under, but I'm not touching it. I think my absolute smash play, my favorite lock of all of this, and the only one that you guys should tail in this game, game alone, is DeAndre Swift over 51.5 rushing yards. Everything else is kind of like, it's rough. I don't like it. My favorite and only one that I absolutely love is DeAndre Swift here, over 51.5 rushing yards.
I agree with that. I mean, they just got crushed by Josh Jacobs. Their run defense and pass defense is struggling.
I went 113 out of 125 on my props last week, Rush Val. That was my best week ever.
I was just going to say that. 113 out of 125 props last week, Rush. This guy is nuts, bro. I would say from this game, the number 2 lock that I'm going to go with here that I like a ton is Michael Pittman under the 45.5 receiving yards, being banged up with both injuries. I don't like it. I know it's risky, but I don't like it.
I mean, Josh Downs
being back
is the glue that keeps that team together. Him being back is better for literally everyone. Personally, I think Pittman's a sneaky start this week. I really do. I don't know why, but like Josh Downs is criminally underrated. People don't really understand that, like, when he plays, he's kind of like that extra shot of steroids that Anthony Richardson needs to just be superhuman. He gets an extra boat of confidence with him. And if Anthony Richardson gets an extra boat of confidence, I have an extra boat of confidence. So I'm running with that.
I like that. I still think he gets Jalen Johnson for like 40% of the game. It's going to be tough out there for him. And I think he's going to get bodied up.
Yeah, I'm not taking the bet, but I like the over.
Okay. Richard, one more question. Oh, Zamir. Easy. It's Zamir White week, baby. Smash. 20+ points coming. I'm calling it.
I agree with Sleazeball, but I'm not saying it super confidently because I am the biggest Zamir White truther, and it's been rough. It's been really rough.
Morning. What's up, Jerry? How we doing this morning? Shout out to you, my guy. Oh, here's a good one from Hector. Yeah, Adam Thielen or Donta Foreman, 12-man. Oh, I think the red rifle is going to open it up for the Panthers, but I think I'd take the safe volume play of Foreman falling in the end zone versus the Giants than I would Thielen.
These guys both should not, especially at this point. Like, I need to know, like, is this a dynasty? Like, do you have every injury on your, like, both of them are not playable for me. I need to know who's available on your waiver wire. I'm not going to suggest either one because both of those guys are low hanging fruit and I don't like it.
True. He's got to have a lot of injuries with that, especially in a 12-man.
Yeah.
Okay. If I had to pick one more too, I'm really interested in the field goals for Cairo Santos, but I don't see anything up here yet on him as well. Cairo Santos for the Bears game, Colts game, but there's no prop yet. The kicker.
Yeah, they just got Matt Gay props.
I saw that. That's why I was like, that's one I'm interested in as well. I think the Bears might kick a lot of field goals here.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy or Ferguson? I'm going Ferguson in this game. Ferguson is such a good matchup.
I'm going Jerry Jeudy.
See? Oh, we're always going against the grain. Okay, so moving on to the Bucks Broncos game here. We know they took away the instant lock. The completions are gone for Bo Nix now. That's interesting.
It'll be back around 12:30. I assure you it'll be back. So don't worry about it, but it'll probably be up at like 19.5 or 20.5. I got it at 17.5. So
Absolutely.
I mean, there's certain props that I look for every single week when they put out the props. And from now on, guys, when you see Bo Nix passing completions, say you're on Underdog or you're looking at your sports books, it should be 17.5 or 18.5 completions. He is the check down king. Let me pull up the exact numbers, but it's definitely like a very favorable matchup for him. Where the hell is okay? So yeah, if you look at the passing completions, the Buccaneers allow 39.5 pass attempts per game to the quarterback position, and they allow 25.5 completions to the quarterback position. And on average, Bonix has been averaging 23 passing completions per game. He's the check down king. Don't like the yardage, don't like anything but him. 18.5, 17.5 completions is an absolute lock. It's hit for us every fucking week, and it'll continue to do so.
I like that. Okay, so he says I'm going Terry McLaurin, bro. He says I also have Terry, Jacoby, and Whittington. I like Whittington this week a lot. I'm kind of really high on him. Some people are down on him. I think he's gonna have a big game. But you just got the update that Cliff Kingsbury is trying to get Terry more involved, and the matchup is too good on Monday Night Football.
I may have $100 on Jacoby Myers' first touchdown this week.
Woo! I like that. I mean, they get the smash matchup.
He was my number one first touchdown prop last year, so I'm going back to that.
Instead of Juszczyk?
Oh, Juszczyk, I like the anytime touchdown.
Anytime TD? Okay.
But first touchdown is a big payout, and like Jacoby Myers cashed a lot for me last year.
Got you. Rush says, how you feeling about Bowers? There's no better matchup on paper than playing the Carolina Panthers as tight end. He should absolutely smash in this game. You just got to hope the Panthers keep it close. That's like the only thing I'm worried about with the Raider game.
I think there are better matchups, but not many.
or Kyle Pitts versus the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's a good matchup. But like if we're just talking about somebody who's been an absolute smash, based on alignment and utilization and the reliability that he has from Gardner Minshew, Brock Bowers is a smash play pretty much this week and every week. Doesn't matter. He's borderline matchup proof.
Yeah, I agree. They line him up everywhere.
Yeah.
He's had Love, Cup, and Debo go down. That's why I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fam, first, how we doing? Make sure you smash that thumbs up, guys. Helps a ton. Make sure you smash that sub if you're new in the channel. He says DK versus Miami or JMO versus Arizona. I'm going Swift over Dobbins. Easy, by the way. Swift's matchup is too good. DK, I'm going DK over JMO. I can't. The boomer bust can't keep up here, right? With JMO, he can't keep booming.
I agree with both takes. I like DK and I like DeAndre Swift. JMO is a sell high for me, and Dobbins is also sell high for me.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I don't know if I put JMO on the sell high yet, man. If he gets another 10 target game here, I'm gonna be like, shit, maybe he's for real.
Then sell higher.
Sell higher. What's up? Perico, trade Neighbors and Jay Season for Evans and Pittman. Ooh, I think I'm going on the Evans and Pittman side on that one, just because it's close.
No, I'm not doing that trade.
Yeah, 51-49 Neighbors side by it's 50-50 for me on that one, kind of. I like Godwin more than I like Evans. Pittman is down with Anthony Richardson, how he looks. Neighbors had a blow-up game against the Commanders. Everyone does. Jay Season had his first blow-up game. It's the value's high right now, but man, that's tough. Jason, what's up, dude? He says, need a full PPR flex spot. Zamir White or Montgomery?
Montgomery's like a touchdown, like anytime touchdown guarantee borderline every week, and this is a plus matchup for him. Zamir White is all potential right now, and it could be Alexander Madison. I think David Montgomery's a safer play. If you're looking for a ceiling play, go for Zamir White. If you're looking for like a safe floor play, David Montgomery. But yeah, it's as the number one Zamir White truther, I will make sure that there's integrity behind every bit of advice I give.
Man, I mean, Montgomery is a safe play, but I'm going Zamir. This is my Zamir week. He does now or never.
Yeah, he's the better ceiling play for sure.
I need a dub this week from Hector. I'm 0-2, so I'm split on Jacoby and Whittington. Jacoby is what Disco is going to say. Whittington's a shot in the dark. You got to take the safe play on Jacoby. I just like Whittington on hype, and I've been pumping him up for a minute.
Well, like here's the thing with Jacoby Myers, right? He's as reliable as it gets at the wide receiver position, especially PPR format. And when people tend to like focus on other positions, like the running back with Zamir White or Madison, or like the tight end position with Bowers, or he becomes, and then Devontae Adams as well. He becomes the forgotten guy, and when he becomes a forgotten guy in favorable matchups, he usually eats. And
he pops.
He's a smash play this week. I love him.
There you go. Yeah, I'd go Jacoby as well. I mean, Whittington, that's desperation. Dell, not Pittman. Oh, okay. So he says it's Mike Evans and Dell. Tank Dell.
That changes a lot.
I know. I think I like it with Dell.
Yeah, with Dell, I definitely like it.
Angel, how we doing this morning? Welcome. Or he says, yeah, my home league is grimy trades never go through. It's rare. I pulled tight end.
He punted.
Punted tight end. Thanks for the advice. Got you. I would sit Rasheed Rice too. I mean, your team is stacked. Peanut butter jelly, A Kane 0.5 receptions, Tank 5.5 receptions, Coleman 0.5. HM 0.5? What are you reading this right?
Yeah, so I think he's probably talking about Underdog right now, where they're giving
the bonuses or the special
certain
props.
bonuses and special props.
Gotcha.
Coleman's a tough one to bet on because like he did put up a 0, but HN's a lock.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then-
I like HN's 28
And then
yards as well.
Tank 5.5 receptions. I don't like. I prefer Stephon Diggs this week over any of the other receivers there, but I do like Nico Collins as well.
In the revenge game in Minnesota. Jackson, how we doing? He says, who should I start at tight end? Colby Parkinson is a no for me versus Fred Warner. I never do it. Jawan, Schultz, or Dulcich? Oh, I would say, is Zach Ertz on your wire? I would say, is Gesicki maybe? But if I had to pick out of these guys, I'd probably going Jawan without no Taysom out there in the Philly game.
I'm going Schultz. We saw what the tight end position did last week. Obviously, I think against the Minnesota Vikings, obviously, I think Stephon Diggs or any of the other receivers are going to fill that void where the targets went to George Kittle. But I want to bet on one of those guys who are going to hang around the flats and around the seams and around the middle third. And Schultz route participation.
He's just not setting the volume for me, man. 3 targets a game.
But like, if any game is the game, this is the number one tight end opportunity on the week, right? So
it is. He's just a scary start for me, but he has a great matchup. I mean, Kittle smashed him last week, and you called that as the number one.
I'm going Schultz.
Okay, he's going Schultz. I'm going Jawan. I like the touchdown upside higher for Jawan in this game. So he says Neighbors and JC's for Evans, Pittman, and Dell. 100% I'm smashing that.
Yeah,
I don't even think
100%.
Richardson or Carr, I'm not even thinking about it. Give me Carr. Carr's going to absolutely eat today against the Eagles secondary. And you got Gardner Johnson out. You got, my guy, Cooper DeJean from Iowa out there. They got a young secondary, man. They should get floored, but Disco's going to go against it here. Here we go. Tell them, Saints. Who dat?
Guys, okay, hold on. Here's the caveat. I hate the fucking Saints because I think they're fraudulent. So whenever I give advice when the Saints are involved, just don't listen. I'm going Anthony Richardson here.
Zamir White better smash. This is the opportunity. It is Zamir White day. I'm all in on it. Great analysis. Thanks as always. Got you, Jason. Anytime, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Nate says, for my flex, do I start Pickens, Scary Terry, or Christian Kirk? That is a good one.
Pickens.
That is it.
Something's got to give in that game, and I think it's going to be George Pickens. Like, both defenses really, really match up very well against each other.
I know.
Against the run, somebody's going to have to get an opportunity. I don't think anybody on the Chargers can cover George Pickens. Give him a couple of deep ball opportunities. He's going to smash. Like, there's a reason why we were very high on George Pickens, and today is the reason. Put some faith in him. I mean, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit, but you got to go with the higher ceiling. Scary Terry has failed against plus matchups. Christian Kirk just has been non-existent. That's
do you like the matchup for Pickens better than the Bengals matchup for Terry?
I mean, yeah, I do.
I think it's close, but yeah.
Who else are they going to throw the ball to? Pat Freiermuth or Darnell Washington?
Darnell Washington getting the TDs, baby. What do you mean?
For sure. And we fucking called it. Which was a weird fucking call to make, but like, I'm going for the ceiling play, and I think George Pickens is a ceiling play here.
I think I'd lean Pickens, but I'd say Scary Terry is the same situation. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with either. I don't like Kirk at all.
Scary Terry has underperformed against terrible matchups, whereas George Pickens has had
brutal,
really, really, really hard matchups, and this is his easiest matchup yet.
I like it. Mikey goes, I picked up Lil Witt. He's Lil Witt. I like it in both my leagues, just in case he gets 15 targets just to be early. I think he's going to eat this week, but it's a tough start. I love Jordan Whittington, man. Likely or Ertz this week. Likely has a great matchup.
Yeah, I like Likely.
I think I'm going Likely here in a possible shootout game.
Not just as a tight end, but I also like him as a
wide receiver. Aaron Dutch. How we doing, brother? Morning Sleaze, Akers or Zach Moss. This is Zach Moss for me. Easy. You start everyone against the Commanders all day, every day. Their defense is terrible.
I have to agree.
First quarter prop. Which first quarter props. Oh, okay. So 0.5 for HN. I get it now. Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely say 0.5 over 0.5 receptions for HN.
James SEO in the building. Shout out to you, my guy. How we doing this morning? Give me some of your props, James. Let me hear him. 336 Hokey says Rashad White, B Rob. I'm going B Rod every time. I love Brian Robinson, and Rashad White's matchup is too good. Even with the growing, I'm still taking him over Ford. Yeah. What do you think here? You got to start him against Denver, even with the injury, right? Like you have
I'm going Jerome Ford and Brian Robinson Jr.
over Rashad White versus Denver.
Correct.
Okay. ETN or Dobbins? ETN easy for me, Hector. I don't like Dobbins versus Pittsburgh at all. Their defense is disgusting. They've allowed no touchdowns. They allow like 56 yards a game on the ground. That's rough. I offered Neighbors J season for Rice and Dell. Which side do you like more? Neighbors on that one. Yeah, I'd say Neighbors on that one. I like the first trade you sent though when you had 3 of them. Why would you swap it back? Hera. Bone says, "What's up, boys? Why is the 1 o'clock slate so bad today? It is gonna be rough today. The 1 o'clock slate.
What do you mean? Like I want to see the Saints fail at 1 o'clock. I want to see it. I need to see it. I need it.
That's all I'm watching.
For
That's it.
spiritual enlightenment, I need it. It's a must happen for me.
What's up, Sharp? Welcome in. Thank you, man. I love seeing 16 team questions. That's real fantasy football. That's real competition. Ford or Brian Thomas or Sutton? Man, Brian Thomas has a very tough matchup. I don't like Sutton, and I don't like anything Denver passing game, really. I think I go Ford here.
I think Sutton has the best opportunity, but Ford has the best matchup.
I agree. I mean, God, Denver's passing is just rough with Knicks. Would you start Cousins over Stroud PPR? No, I'm starting Stroud 100% versus the Vikings.
I mean, you're good either way. I think both quarterbacks should outperform their current projections, and both should have a plus week and be in the top 10 for quarterbacks this week. If I were to lean on one in particular, Kirk Cousins hasn't really put up significant numbers. He has been elite in primetime as of late. The rumors of him, choking primetime hasn't. But like Stroud, yeah, I'm going to go Stroud. I like that call, Sleaze.
I mean, he's got too many weapons, and the Minnesota's going to be bringing the house. They blitz like a 60% rate. He's going to find open people.
Yeah.
Bone says, "Oh, Ferguson are likely." I'm all Fergie all the time for me. I mean, he saw 5 targets in a quarter before he got hurt. So I love Ferguson.
I don't play injured players.
Oh, okay. I mean, he almost played last week though too. He tried to get out there.
I know.
Will Herbert play? Disco said it looks like he's trying to fight to get out there, right? And he's a tough dude. I think he's going to play.
Last I checked, it's a game time decision, true game time decision.
Herbert will play. He's tough as nails. There you go. Drop Michael Wilson for Whittington. Yes, I would if it's redraft. Maybe, possibly even dynasty. I mean, Michael Wilson, you're just hoping for a DFS touchdown or a bomb play. With Whittington, you're going to get more volume. Jonathan Mateo, Raiders or Chargers defense? Oh man, I think Charger versus Pitt is going to be ugly, but I think I'm taking the Raiders versus Carolina. Who do you like in that one? Raiders or Chargers defense?
Raiders.
I think I like the Raiders as well. No, I like Stroud 100%. As a Panthers fan, all I want to see is someone throttle the Saints. They could. Viz says Ayuk or JMO in the flex PPR. Man, Ayuk should see insane volume, but I know Disco is going to say it's Juwan Jennings week. I think I'm going Ayuk just for the volume base, and I think it's more Laporta involved.
It's a no-brainer. The opportunity is definitely there for Ayuk. I just want to say, guys, there's 15 likes and 32 people viewing. Please smash the like, guys. It takes literally like 0.6 seconds to smash the like. It really does help Sleazeball go a really long way. And we appreciate you guys rocking with us this week 3 Sunday morning. God bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going Ayuk. I mean, no Debo, no Kittle, CMC on IR. He should see a smash game here. It should be. I mean, if it's not and it's Juwan Jennings, I'm going to be mad, especially as a Niner fan. What's up, Miles? How we doing? Start Brock Bowers or Xavier Worthy today, 0.5 PPR. Also starting Rasheed. I'm going Brock. I don't want to start 2 Chiefs. I never like doing that in fantasy.
Yeah, I think that's a safe call.
Bears or Bills D from Savvy? I like the Bills. Trevor Lawrence is in for a struggle game, I feel like, over the Bears.
Yeah, I mean both are like, if you were to ask me this before the season kicked off, both are tough defenses to play this week, and I think we see a little bit of improvement on both sides. But I think what the Bills are capable of doing,
Their secondary is gross.
I wouldn't say it's gross. They just had two brain fart game / brain break game, and yeah, it's I'm gonna lean on the Bills defense here. Anthony Richardson's one of those guys who's like, yeah, he had a bad week last week, but fuck,
He
when
can
we
be
see him have
Superman.
when we see him have a good week, it ruins everything.
Got you. Yeah, I think I'm going Bills here. James, thank you, man. Shout out to James. Thanks for being here this morning. World Takes says
Hi, James.
BTJ or Worthy. Oof, man. Worthy's the boomer bust, dude. I mean, I know you got your game 1 boom, you got your game 2 bust. What do you like here? I think I'm going BTJ, but he has a tough matchup.
BTJ's matchup proof. Didn't you know?
Yeah,
BTJ will get involved. I'm going BTJ.
I think that as well. So Jesus says my lineup is set except my wide receiver 3 and flex. I have Terry McLaurin, Alec Pierce. And I can slot at both spots, or I can leave Alec in and have Zamir at flex. I'm not dropping Terry McLaurin, that's for sure. I think I'm going Terry. I'm starting Terry with confidence against the Bengals. He's going to get more involved this week. He has to. I put too much draft capital in him on the year. He's got to do something this week.
Josh McDowell's back. Whatever you do, whatever combination you have, make sure Alec Pierce is not in your lineup.
Not in your lineup. Yeah.
Don't put
I
him
forgot to say that as well. It's never good to have too many Chiefs, not enough soldiers.
Yep.
Ibane Strother says Neighbors or Waddle full PPR.
Waddle.
With Skylar Thompson, I'm going Neighbors.
I'm going Waddle.
Neighbors. Jones says Dobbins or Tank.
Tank.
I love the Minnesota matchup as well. He goes, here's a random one from Bones. PPR, Xavier Worthy or Javonte Williams?
Javonte
is the safe play. I mean, if you want to go for the boom play and you got a matchup where you need points, I go Xavier. I like Javonte for the safe.
Fan zone this week.
Ooh, okay. What's up, Brendan? How we doing? If you guys are new in here, make sure you smash that sub, hit that thumbs up. Helps out a ton. We'll be answering questions for the next hour and 15 minutes here, guys. So, Jake Ferguson or Deontay Johnson for a flex spot?
Fergie. Deontay Johnson, I'm not like, he's the only player where it's like every matchup looks decent for him and he just doesn't perform. So I'm going to be late on this one for sure.
I agree. I got to see what Dalton has. Yeah. Terry or Coleman? Man, Coleman just put up a goose egg, but
look at what wide receivers did against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I like Coleman on this one. I think he bounces back.
Josh Allen is going to throw for like almost 500 yards this week. It's going to be stupid, and Keon Coleman's going to be on the other end. Hold.
Yeah, I like that. Christian Kirk or Wan'Dale Robinson. That's how bad it is for Christian Kirk now. We're putting him with Wan'Dale Robinson. Man, I'd go Wan'Dale Robinson. Christian Kirk has been nothing. I don't like him as a start, especially against Buffalo's defense. I know if this is your options, it's rough, Jerry, but I think I'm going Wan'Dale here.
Here's a situation with Christian Kirk. He has no floor, and his ceiling isn't high enough, but I still like his ceiling more than I like Wan'Dale Robinson's floor, so I'm going Christian Kirk.
Right, okay. What's up, Dyke Jones? How we doing, brother? Two Crack says Steeler D or 49er D. You got to go Steeler D all day. Every day, all day, every day. They get the Chargers. If Herbert's banged up, they're going to feast on him.
Yeah, I think you're in a good situation either way.
Jesus says, damn, so drop Alex Pierce for Downs. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yes, yeah. Josh Downs.
It's not Jesus. It's Jesus.
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 What's up, TGJ? One play, Jawan Jennings and Zach Moss. Bench Waddle. I don't trust Higgins yet. Am I crazy? The Higgins matchup is too good, bro. I don't trust Waddle with Skylar Thompson yet. I got to see what's out there. I think I'd go Higgins here, even though he hasn't played. Everyone crushes the Commanders. Even though you'll be playing two Bengals with Zach Moss and T. Higgins, this is the one defense where I'm okay where you play two players against.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Bone says, do we think Amon-Ra is banged up? They elevated two wide receivers, Tim Patrick and Allen Robinson. He was good to go on Wednesday, full practice, so I'm assuming he's good to roll. And he's got the most favorable matchup of the week for a wide receiver. He should feast this week. 18 targets. Last week was crazy. Derrick Henry or Zach? Henry has the best matchup on paper against the Cowboys. They're going to get crushed in the run game.
He has a more favorable matchup. Yes.
Whittington or Naylor? I'm Whittington all day. Whittington, for me, I'm really high on Whittington. Peanut butter jelly. I've been pumping this guy up since preseason. It's his time to shine is now. But do you like Naylor or Whittington?
I mean, we've seen Naylor find the end zone twice. We've seen Whittington just get more snaps. So I'm going to go with Naylor.
Got him. What's up, Impossible? Need one flex. Chuba, Jay Season, or Jennings? It's definitely not Chuba for me. It's got to be Jay Season here over Juan Jennings.
It's a tough matchup. I think Juan Jennings is primed to ball out, but I'd be a fool not to play JSN ever.
Right. I'm thinking the same thing there. Leon says Neighbors, Sharb, Jay Season as a flex, full PPR. I'm going Charbonnet. I think the volume here in this game, when you have Skylar Thompson at quarterback, they're going to see more opportunities because the Dolphins aren't going to move the ball that much. And it's going to be a lot more volume for Charbonnet in this game.
Still going JSN.
He's going JSN. Ebane Strother, how are we doing this morning? He says McConkey, Quentin Johnston, Juan Jennings, Worthy. Need to start 2.
Juan and Worthy.
Juan and Worthy for me as well on that one. There you go. We agree on that one. There's Gabe in the building. What's up, my dude? He says Tyreek Hill, what to do? It's hold right now for me. I mean, you're not going to get the value you want selling him. And it looks like Tua is going to be crazy enough to come back in 3-4 weeks here. His career may be over as it goes, but I think I'm holding. I mean, you're not going to get what it's worth.
I mean, like, he still is one play away from breaking fantasy football. So yeah, hold. Definitely don't sell low.
Yeah.
Never sell low.
What's up, Nate? He says start Derrick Henry, DJ Moore, J-Mo, or Pickens. Derrick Henry's a smash. DJ Moore is a smash. And how many do I need to pick here, Nate? It says you just said start. There's one, I'm assuming. So Derrick I'm going Henry. Yeah. Cowboys run D is very, very bad. He's going to probably score 2 touchdowns today. Savage Elbow in the building. How we doing? I love the pick, man. Is that Randy Savage?
Oh yeah, brother.
Pick 2 PPR flex spots. Oh, I'm going Charbonnet and Pollard.
I'm with it.
Pollard smashes this week too.
I agree.
D Jones says Zach should have the whole backfield to himself. Oh yeah, I agree. No, dude, Henry's still gonna pop, man. Henry's gonna be a top 5, top 10 running back this week.
Yeah, Henry is touchdown dependent, and this is a great touchdown matchup for Derrick Henry. I do like Justice Hill this week, though. If anybody loves Justice Hill, it's this guy.
It's right there, Nate. Jordan Mason week. There's not one player in fantasy football this week that I would rather start over Jordan Mason. There's not one. What do you got here, JT or Mason?
I mean, I'm going Jordan Mason, and it feels terrible saying, but yeah, this is not a Jonathan Taylor plus matchup. He might find the end zone for an anytime touchdown, but other than that,
Bears Mondays nasty.
I don't love it.
Packers 12 says Carr or Richardson. We've had this a couple times. I like Carr a lot this week. Disco likes to ride the Anthony Richardson superhero play here.
No, I just am anti-Derek Carr in New Orleans Saints. And when I talk about the New Orleans Saints, do not listen to me because I fucking hate them because I think they're frauds.
Like and subscribe, guys, for Viz. Yes, make sure you smash that thumbs up, smash that subscription button. We will be live every Sunday this week as well.
All right, so I'm hurting here. Okay, I got Whittington. This is my big league, so I'll always have my big league conundrum here. So chat, feel free to chime in and help us. I got Whittington, Wright, Jalen Wright, Ty Chandler, or Josh Palmer.
Whittington.
Play one. I'm playing Whittington right now, but like I'm also 2-0. I don't have Cooper Kupp, Evan Ingram are out. Hollywood Brown is on my IR as well. And I'm benching Trevor Lawrence for Gardner Minshew. So I need this win.
You're benching Trevor Lawrence for Minshew. Okay. The matchup's good. He's been balling. I mean, that's. Yeah.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been shit.
Yeah. I agree. He did play Cleveland last week. Tough matchup.
Yeah. And the week before, he was shit.
I got a good one here. I got a good one for you. If I could put a poll up, chat.
All right, what it is.
Let me know your thoughts here on this question here, chat. Is this Daniel Jones's last game as a starting quarterback? Let me know in
No.
the chat.
No. It's true.
TGJ says 4. Who to bench? Kyren or DJ Moore? Playing Brees, Nico, Metcalf, Montgomery. Man, I think
I'm starting DJ Moore.
I like DJ Moore's matchup too well. Kyren with no one out there. He's going to get all the work, but it's going to be a struggle. The 49ers defense looks like they're going to have Bosa and Ward out there after the questionable tag. Kyren's just kind of screwed, but I love Kyren. That's painful. Sharp 22.5 receiving yards. That one was under to us by research yesterday, right, Disco?
So the Dolphins allow 32 yards to running backs for receiving yards per game, but they only allow 2.5 receptions per game. It's a 3.5 targets. It's a tough one to bet on. I'm not liking the over or under. It's one I'm not willing to bet on. But if I was to bet on it, once again, I don't like this bet. I would take the under. I don't think it's as easy and clear cut. It could be 50-50, but right now I have it as 60-40 for not happening.
I like that. I mean, like I said, if they get the volume and the Dolphins just can't move the ball, it could be less. You know, we got to see Skylar. It's like a game I'm staying away from. I just don't know what Skylar Thompson's going to look like.
I think Skylar Thompson's going to be fine. I'm going to
2-0 though.
right now.
2-0 at the 12th man. The Seattle's going to be rocking, dude. I think he's in for a shit show. Slap into a Slim Jim. Dude, that Randy Savage the Randy Savage shit was great. I haven't seen that in a minute. PBJ with a baseball bat. I mean, football. Whittington for Jerry as well. Eben says Madison Dubs should be on your waiver wire. You don't need Dubs in your lineup. Dortch, Algier need a flex. God, you must be hurting at injuries if this is your options in a 12-man.
Dortch has the best.
Dortch has the best matchup, but Madison snaps dropped to like 20% last week, which is why I'm so high on Jerry or Zamir this week. I think you got to go Dortch. You can't start any Packers wide receivers with Malik Willis. I mean, that's just a given. Last game this year or ever. PBJ with a baseball bat. DJ says Jennings or Chuba. I'm going Jennings here. I don't like the matchup for Chuba versus the Raiders front.
It is a good matchup for Chuba, but I'd much rather get Juan Jennings because I think he'll find the end zone at least once.
And the Rams are just giving up so many yards and touchdowns, man. They give up 8 touchdowns. They lead the NFL in that, and they give up, I think, the second most yards in total yards, 426. It's very rough for the Rams D. Potato Tickler, what's up? Welcome back, my man. Need one. Christian Kirk, Zay Flowers, Jay Season, DJ Moore. This is DJ Moore for me. This is his smash week. The Colts should get absolutely torched by DJ this week.
Yeah, fuck. It might be Zay Flowers, DJ Moore, JSN, then Christian Kirk for me. But DJ Moore is the guy who I'd rather bet on.
Christian Kirk right now is that guy that you can't even sell, that you don't even want to own. It's really rough with him.
Yeah,
I don't even put him in my questions to start right now.
That's why in the offseason I said I don't even look at him. I don't even look at Amari Cooper.
TK.
It was always Brian Thomas Jr. And we always said he was going to be a top 10 wide receiver, and we haven't even seen his ceiling yet. So
I can't. He's so sick.
It's fucking scary.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. D Jones is starting the entire year if he's healthy. Dude, I mean, I don't know, man. He looks rough out there, bro. This is gonna be a really bad game for Danny Dimes. TGJ says 2, Burrow or Carr. Burrow's got such a good matchup. So does Carr, but I'm going Burrow here. The Commanders get crushed.
Yeah, Burrow has the best matchup for quarterbacks this week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm going Burrow, and you get Monday night too. Dirk Diggler, Higgins or Ford at the flex. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, my guy. Welcome in. I'm going Higgins, man. The matchup is nice, but if you want the safe play, you're going Ford.
If you want the ceiling, go Higgins. If you want the floor, go Ford.
I like that. Do y'all rate parlays? We do everything in here, Jonathan. Any questions you guys got, fire them away. We'll try to get to them all as we go through here. Miggy says
we haven't even gotten to our second game yet, buddy.
We're pulling through questions like crazy.
I know. It's crazy.
Well, let's move on to the second game here then, and then we'll get to the questions here.
Well, no, like this is great. This is what we want. We want to give people their answers. Let's fucking prioritize this over everything.
All right. I don't want to start with Rashad White. Dude, Denver's matchup is so good, Miggy. I know he's coming off the growing, but you still got to start him. I mean, it's scary. I have him and Bucky, and I'm obviously going to take Rashad White over Bucky, but I think they're both flexible this week, honestly. Denver's run D is very, very suspect. World Take says Chuba, Worthy, or Hopkins in the flex half PPR. I'm going Worthy. What do you like here?
Worthy, but Hopkins has a very favorable matchup.
Hopkins just needs to get his snaps up. That's it. That's all it's for him. If he gets back to like 70, 80, I might go Hopkins, but I think you also have Malik Willis out there in Tennessee. I go Worthy. Still, one more week for Hopkins. Kirk is becoming Renfro. He is, dude. He looks really bad. He's dropping balls everywhere in the games. I don't like it. How do you feel about Spears and his situation in Tennessee from Hector? So he's going to be out there today. So I mean, if I have an option between Christian Kirk and Spears, I'm starting Spears. That's how much I don't like Christian Kirk. What do you think about Spears?
It was never Tajay Spears. If you followed us in the offseason, he was like one of my biggest avoids. So it was never Spears.
But I mean, I still like him like better than some players. He's not dead in the water yet.
No, I don't like him at all. He's somebody I'm not interested in. He's injury dependent at this point.
Yes, that's 100% true. Based off the matchup, KJ, how we doing? Full PPR, J.K. Dobbins, Mike Evans, or Zach Moss. I don't like Evans versus Surtain. I think I'm going Zach.
Zach Moss, and it feels terrible saying that because I'm a Chase Brown truther.
I mean, dude, Zach got 80% snaps last week. You get the Commanders defense. He's falling in the end zone. I like Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Mateo says Ayuk over 8 receiving targets. Kamara anytime TD. Devontae Adams over 69. Jordan Mason over fantasy 16. Jordan Mason's going for 20 plus. That's a smash. Rice 49.5. Baker the rush. We talked about that yesterday on Disco stream as well. And if you guys haven't gone in the link, make sure you go in the link of the stream. Smash my guy a sub on his YouTube channel. He drops great content. He drops everything. Bets. We do streams all the time. Make sure you support the guy. I don't like Ayuk over 8 receiving targets. I think that's a lot. That one I would stay away from. I like Kamara anytime TD. Devontae Adams, I'm on the fence with. Mason, I like the score. Rashee Rice, I like the yards. Baker, I like the rush. What do you got on this?
Just so if we're looking at wide receiver targets in general, against the Rams, there's only 13.5 wide receiver targets per game on average against the Rams. So 8 targets into one player
is tough.
I know is tough, especially if he has a favorable matchup. I think that's a trap. And they only allow 8 receptions to wide receivers, which is like the 3rd best in the NFL. I don't like that bet. I think Rashee Rice is the safer one, and I think Baker Mayfield is also a very safe one as well. We've seen 2 quarterbacks with similar ability. Obviously, Justin Fields is a better runner. Get the plus rushing yards against that Broncos defense. And
Baker's been moving.
Yeah, and currently on Drafters Fantasy, if you use promo code SLEAZE, it'll double your initial deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. The prop is at 9.5 rushing yards. I love the over there. I have him projected for 19 rushing yards.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I think he smashes the over on the rush this week. Bone says Herbert is active. Play the Steeler D, dude. I love the Steeler D this week. I think they eat him alive. Thanks for the help, TGJ. Got you. Thanks for the advice from DJ or D Jones. Got you, my man. MCF says Rice, Neighbors, or Jay Season. I'm going Rashee Rice here.
It's either Jay Season or Rashee Rice. Neighbors is a tough matchup.
PPR, yeah, I'm going Rice, and you get the Sunday night football. You know, I like that as well too. I always like having like the Sunday, Monday night games in my matchup when they're close. Murray over the rush. We talked about this earlier. I think you missed it, John, in the beginning. I like it. I like it over. Disco's kind of on the fence with it.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones under. I love that. Godwin over 39. I love that.
Yeah.
Henry over 49. I love that. Saquon. I love that. And Ayuk. I love that. 49. Ayuk's gonna hit 49. I hope.
The only 2 I like are the Godwin and Derrick Henry. Saquon, it's tough.
You don't like Daniel Jones under 184?
Oh. If we're talking about game script and game script alone, do we think that running game is going to do a heck of a lot?
You were telling me Singletary was a play earlier.
Yeah, I said Singletary is a play for checkdowns in PPR format.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I like the under there. I do, but the game script could lead to a lot of passing for the Giants.
The only 2 I like there that have the highest probabilities is
Godwin.
Derrick Henry and Chris Godwin.
Yep, because you're gonna get Evans and Surtain. Dude, Surtain's been out of his mind, so I think I was going to eat a lot more. But still, that Denver secondary is good versus the pass, man.
Yeah.
Peter Garcia says Neighbors or Higgins. Man, everyone's got a Higgins question today, dude. First game back, the matchup is too good. I'm going Higgins. Dortch or Whittington. I've been all Whittington for a while. I know Dortch has a great matchup.
Yeah, I've been off of Dortch the entire year, but I like Dortch's matchup more than I like Whittington's, and they're both really good matchups, so I'm going to go with Dortch.
D Jones says Jennings or Akers.
Jennings.
I like Akers here. He likes Jennings. He says, Doc Jones says I'm a girl. My bad. I got you. I didn't know. I really had to do this shit. Christian Moore says it's Sunday. What's good, my guy? It is game day, baby. Kylie says Pickens, Moss, or Ford. Moss is one of my favorite plays. I like it versus the Commanders a lot this week.
Something's got to give, and I think it's going to be George Pickens, so I'm going to bet on George Pickens. But if you're talking about safe play, Moss or Ford are both fine.
Yep, both have great matchups.
Yeah.
But dude, the Commanders D. I want to start everyone versus the Commander D.
Yeah.
Jonathan says Browns held Dak under 180 yards. No way. I don't think he did any dime stores for 180, but we'll see.
We've seen crazier things happen, for sure.
True.
It's not that it's a bad bet. It's that it's a bet that I don't think I want to take. So I'm not going to give advice on it.
Chop says Diggs, Neighbors, DJ Moore. Got to sit one. I'm sitting Neighbors in this situation. I like Diggs in the revenge game, and DJ Moore is one of my favorite plays this week.
Yep, I'm with it.
Surtain makes that whole secondary good, dude. He is out of his mind to start the season, man. Holding DK to 40 yards, holding Pickens to 40 yards, but I know Pickens got the flags called back. He would have had like 100. So that's why Pickens, you could be onto something there. Pickens might have a big boom game. What's the D Jones running for his life yardage? I mean, dude, I don't like anything. What's his prop at for rushing?
Pulling it up.
It's got this might be a good one.
Rushing yards is 28.5. Longest rush is 11.5. Passing and rush yards is 213.5. I think longest rush might be the safest, and I don't like it.
I don't like the 11.5 either. Okay, we're all caught up with the questions. Now let's move on to game 2 here. So prop bets, and if you guys have any questions, fire them away. We'll get to them after we go through the game. Denver Tampa game here. So we talked about liking Baker's over the rush. I like that a lot. Now it's at 9.5, by the way. It dropped from 10.5.
No, it's always been at 9.5 here on Drafters.
Oh, okay. He probably on a different one.
Yeah.
Also, I like Javonte Williams, 14.5 receiving yards. I think that's an easy smash play there as well, especially after last week. You saw the garbage time dump offs he got, and he killed it in the pass game to save his day. I mean, Godwin's 65 looks good, but I don't like touching that one. Cortland Sutton, I don't want to touch. Vele's 18 yards is kind of interesting with how many targets he saw week 1, but I don't like it. I like the Evans under 64.5 against Surtain because he locks up everyone. And I'm also interested in Chase McLaughlin field goals because he's just been booming them.
Yeah, until they put the passing completions back up, which is 18.5 for Bo Nix. The only bet that I'm willing to take right now in this game is over 9.5 rushing yards for Baker Mayfield. That's it.
That's the only lock you like. You don't like Evans under just because it's Mike Evans?
No, because like Mike Evans could do that in one game and in one play.
I know. That's the scary part, right?
Yeah.
You don't like Javonte's receiving yards at 14?
I like it. Do I like it enough to bet real money on it and call it a lock? No.
Got you. Okay. Let's catch up here. What's up, Willie? How we doing? Just dropping in quick support. May the winners be our this week, fellas. Thank you, my guy. What's up, Peter? How we doing?
Shout out to Willie. We love you, buddy.
Oh my God, this game right here, Green Bay, Tennessee with Malik Willis. I mean, this seems like the biggest lock of the year right here for me this week is Malik Willis under 146 pass yards versus the Titans secondary that is lights out, averaging 100 yards a game.
2 locks. 12.5 rushing yards for Will Levis and over 62.5 rushing yards for Tony Pollard. Those are the only 2 plays that I like in that game.
You don't like Malik Willis under?
Listen, man. It's the Titans. It's the revenge game. I've seen crazier shit happen. I don't think it's a lock.
Okay.
Like the thought process is sound. I don't like it. We're talking about locks. 12.5 rushing yards for Will Levis. He's averaging well over that.
30. Yep.
And then if we're looking at what lesser running backs have done, and yes, I said lesser running backs have done against this Green Bay. Actually, no. Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley are definitely not lesser running backs than Tony Pollard. So, but Tony Pollard is in line to have
Big day.
88.5 rushing yards. So 62.5 is very easy. I would pair both of these props with the Baker Mayfield prop.
I like that.
Get 6x your money there.
I like that. Jerry says, I have a prediction for y'all. I think Russell Wilson takes over Fields by week 5. No way. I think Russell Wilson is done at the Steelers. I think he might be heading to wherever team needs him here down the stretch here. Because if they go 3-0 this week, how are you going to bench him for the rest of the season? Even if he loses the next 2 games, they're still over 500. I think Russell and dude, he's looked good, man. Justin Fields made some good ass throws last week on the run. Dropped a diamond to Pickens over Surtain, I believe it was. That was super nice, but they got called back for a holding. He's looked good out there.
Josh Palmer is out. Roman Wilson's out. Russell Wilson, Jordan Love, all out. Players who are active. CJ Gardner-Johnson is active.
Oh, he's active? Okay.
Tajay Spears is active. Michael Pittman, active. Justin Herbert, active.
I like that. Modafari, what's up, my guy? Are you live? We are live, baby. Russell to Miami it could be. I mean, I still think Tua's going to come back like a crazy person, bro. I think he's going to get out there with all his concussions, and it's going to be scary. Man.
I just hope he gets fat during his recovery because fat Tua is a safer Tua.
It is. It is. A kicker question. I love it. Arthur, he says, group Carlson, Cairo, or McPherson. I'm going Evan. I like everything versus the Commanders, man. That defense doesn't stop anything. The opportunities are going to be a lot.
I think Cairo Santos makes the most sense because I don't trust the touchdown upside for Chicago, and I think they're going to move the ball, but I don't think they're going to move it enough to score touchdowns. So I think Santos is going to have a massive day.
That's one of those props I was talking about earlier that I love too. Is the Cairo Santos one, but it's not there. Is Carson Steele going to get a TD today? Versus the Atlanta. That Atlanta D is pretty tough, but their run D is not their strength. He could. I mean, he could fall in the end zone on Sunday Night Football. Get the hair rocking, get the Chiefs rolling. He says no. I'll go with yeah on that. I like that. I'll go with yeah. Kirk or Spears, this is rough, staff.
Kirk.
I mean, God, Kirk has been just terrible, bro.
Look at Kirk's ceiling versus Spears' ceiling. Like, who has a higher ceiling right now? That's what you're betting on because both of them don't have a fucking floor.
I think I agree with that. But, yeah. I mean, it could be with Malik Willis, you could get maybe a little more volume out of Spears, but it's banged up. I'm going Kirk. Yeah, you got to go Kirk here, even though it's ugly. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, it's gross.
All right, so heading out of the Tampa game, all we liked from there was the rush yards for Baker Mayfield. And now on the Packer game, we like the rushing for Will Levis at 12.5 and Tony Pollard 62. That's a lock. And I really don't like any other of these props. I'm super pissed about taking a bunch of Jaden Reed, and now freaking Jordan Love is out. I took him on Monday because they were so low. I was trying to beat the clock. So we're heading to the Texans-Vikings game here. I don't like any of these CJ Stroud.
18.5 completions is back for Bo Nix, by the way. So smash that, guys.
Oh, okay. That's an absolute lock. I like that one as well. I don't like any of these quarterback props here. I'd say my 2 locks that I like for this game is Aaron Jones under the 47. I don't think he's rushing for 50 yards against this nasty Texans front. I think that's a very good lock there. And I would also go with, I think I liked Stephon Diggs at 46.5 because it's a revenge game. I think he's going to get fed, but I don't love it. And I think that's about it. I think all I like is Aaron Jones under from this game.
If I had to pick one play from each team that I liked the over 4.5 receiving yards for Nico Collins. And I like the over rushing yards for Ty Chandler at 33.5. Those are the 2 props I like.
Okay, there you go. Even against that nasty front?
Oof, yeah, even against that nasty front.
Okay, catch up with chat here. What's up? Dev Debo, he says, wide receiver 2, start him, Waddle or Rashid. I'm going Shaheed here. I don't trust Skylar Thompson yet, and Shaheed's been booming. And the matchup's great.
I'm going Waddle. I'm not going based off of what happened the last 2 weeks. I'm going based off of who's a better football player, period. Waddle.
I like Shaheed. I like Shaheed on that side. Believe in the Bears today begins this Sunday. Do they finally get a good matchup? That's for sure. I mean, they have a tough start to the season. Thank you for the subscription, Dylan. I'm on StreamYard, so I don't see the alerts or nothing. So if you guys have subbed, thank you guys a ton. I cannot see the alerts on here. Means the world. Smash the likes while you're at it, guys. Christian says, I'm thinking between George Pickens and Jalen Naylor. That's Pickens easy for me.
Don't overthink it. It was always George Pickens.
I agree. A.T. Perry ruled out. What is my life right now, dude?
Shocker. So shocking. A.T. Perry's a fucking bust, but you're still in first place. So it is what it is.
I can't believe that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Bayou Bengal leading or second in drafters right now. My guy. Shout out to Bayou Bengal. Make sure you go sub to his YouTube channel. And if you guys are in chat right now, I always say check the description, drop a sub for my guy. But I'm going to put the link in here. Make sure you guys click on that link. It takes 1 second. We are live every single week on both sides of the show here. Drop my guy a sub. Come back to the show. It takes you 2 seconds. Means the world.
You know how, like, in preseason when we were doing our basketball drafts, I'm like, yeah, there's like 150 different Marvel universes. I did not see this one. I did not see this one coming. It's the one that I didn't see coming.
Skittle says, I asked yesterday, but I need the final opinion. Should I start Adams, Bryant, Tony Pollard? Tony Pollard is in for a big day.
Yeah, I think Tony Pollard's got the best matchup.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so moving on here, we're heading into the Chargers pit game here. And if I had to look at any props I like here, it would be Jalen Warren's receiving yards. We talked about that earlier in the week, how the matchup is great there with how many receptions they allow for the Chargers to the running backs. And we liked Pat Freiermuth. Which one is better for you, the receiving or the receptions at 25 or 2.5?
I think receptions makes more sense.
Okay. And then I like Chris Boswell's kicking, but they took the field goal away. Now it's just points.
I don't like betting on kickers, I'll be honest. I really don't like it. I think the only one I like on this one, like I've alluded to, the only one where there's like real opportunity and real option where it makes the most sense because Arthur Smith, even though he's unpredictable, there is a slight predictability as the receiving yards for Jalen Warren. Everything else I'm not touching in this game.
Yeah, this is a tough game. I don't like it at all.
I mean, Van Jefferson, 15.5 receiving yards with Roman Wilson out also is very intriguing. But like these are both Pittsburgh plays. So I'd rather just take one.
I thought Roman Wilson was making his debut.
No, he's out.
Oh, he got ruled out? Okay. I have not checked the updates at all. So, yeah, if you guys have any updates in chat too, let me know because I'm cranking through 3 things. I'm not even looking at my phone. So moving on to the Giants-Browns game. What do you like here? What do you not like here in this game?
I like the Deshaun Watson rushing yards. 21.5 rushing yards is pretty tasty there for me. Other than that, I think 12.5 receiving yards for Devin Singletary is realistic and attainable. I do like it. And then everything else I don't like. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to do it. I mean, Jordan Aikens receiving yards or longest rush is also interesting, but I'm not touching it. And then Theo Johnson, like
that's interesting. 14.
It seems free, but like especially against a defense that allows a lot of targets to the tight end position, but it's Daniel Jones on the other side. So we got to go for like, if you're the offensive coordinator for Daniel Jones, where's the easiest dink and dunk offense to the running back position? So 12.5 receiving yards for Singletary, and then over 21.5 rushing yards for Deshaun Watson are the only 2 plays I like.
What's the average target per game against Cleveland's defense for the running back?
The average targets or receptions?
Or receptions, yeah.
Yeah, give me a sec. You have these numbers too, sir?
I'm looking.
Okay, so if we're looking at, you want targets against Cleveland?
Yeah, targets and receptions, both.
So
yeah.
4.5 targets per game, that's 23rd. And then receptions 4 per game, that's 19th. And then receiving yards is 19.5.
Oh yeah, and then I like Singletary. I think that's a lock. 12.5. I think that's good.
Yeah, it was a tough one finding one for the Giants there, but that's my favorite one.
This is my favorite 2-man. Cooper over receiving 47.5 yards and Bowers over 47.5 yards. What do you think? I like Bowers a lot. Cooper is, man, he's just risky because he hasn't popped, but like he's gonna pop, and then you're gonna wish you bet on it.
If you like the Cooper one, I would put money on this one, and then right away put the same bet, but instead of Cooper, put the over on Jerry Jeudy.
Yep, either one. I like that. So you can do both. That's smart
both
play right there.
Then that's free money.
Right. There you go. I like that a lot, actually. I do.
But
All
if
right.
Dallas is the one that busts, I apologize.
So moving into your favorite game here, Saints, Eagles. You got to take this away because it's your favorite team, the Saints.
Fucking hate them, man. Like, here's the thing, guys. When I speak about the Saints, do not listen to me, right? Because I'm one of those people who are in denial. I think they're fraudulent. I think their first two matchups were like the biggest gifts, and we are overreacting on a terrible Dallas front seven, or just a terrible Dallas, defense under Zimmer, and we're reacting on a very, very bad Carolina Panthers. Those two performances, I think, should not be, the end all be all. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles have given up a lot of usage, but it's against two top five offenses, right? I think it's a trap game. If you are, a Kamara owner or Derek Carr owner, sell high. I think if anybody on the Saints side that I like this week, it's going to be Chris Olave. I did like Taysom Hill until he was ruled out, but I like Chris Olave. If I'm looking at props, which props do I like the most? It's
65
for what?
Olave.
No, I don't like it. I really don't like it. So I like the fuck. It's a tough one, man. Longest completion, longest rush, 12.5 rushing yards for Jalen Hurts. I kind of like it. If I'm looking at Derek Carr, longest completion is way too long. Passing yards is way too much. Passing rush yards is way too much. They don't have a rush prop for him.
I don't really know if I like anything, but maybe Saquon Barkley's longest reception.
Yeah, I mean, Group U 1.5 field goals made seems free. Like that. Those are the two bets I like, but I'm not betting on it. And all I say is like, if you are really high on Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints because of what they did against a really shitty Dallas Cowboys team and a worse Carolina Panthers team, this is going to be, the real test. If they ball out against Philadelphia, I'm going to become the biggest New Orleans truther. But I think they're frauds. And I think people are overhyping them because the matchups have just been way too favorable.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess this is the test your metal game right here then, huh? Even though there's no AJ Brown. I've liked Jalen Hurts rushing yards a lot when AJ Brown is out. I think he averages around like 75 or 80 whenever he's out. And I think he's going to smash over 42, but it's a high number.
This would be nice if it was a Dallas Goedert game. Just putting that out there. It would be nice if Dallas Goedert got over 38.5 receiving yards.
I'm still not touching it, though. I still wouldn't bet on that.
Yeah, I know.
I think an interesting play to me as well is Jawan Johnson, 22. I mean, he could do that in one, but I don't trust it as well. Rashid Shaheed, longest reception at 24, looks nice. Not willing to touch it. I like Devontae Adams at 72 and Olave at 65, but again, they're not like locks. I like them, but I wouldn't bet on them. And Derek Carr completions 21.5 seems to be gold to me. That's one I really like because this game they'll actually have to be in the game instead of be blowing people out where his attempts are really low. So he didn't play the second half of game one. He didn't play the fourth quarter of game two. So you look at his attempts and it looks like, he's not passing the ball a lot, but they're not out there. So I like this. I like his completions a lot this week as over 21.5.
One of us.
You don't like it?
I'm not touching it.
Okay.
This is a completely different game. They've also owned the time of possession against two lesser offenses.
Right.
This is not a lesser offense.
Let's catch up with the chat here. What's up, Dave? Do you guys like Packers D or Titans D? I like any defense versus Malik Willis. I like, bro. I'd rather go against Malik Willis than Will Levis and D Hop and Ridley.
I agree.
Squints, how we doing, brother? My man, welcome in. Beat me week one. Congrats. I'm still pissed.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Oh my God, Pitts or McBride?
McBride.
So Pitts has the best matchup on paper for a tight end this week, but McBride is too good for me to ever sit. This is not happening.
Man, I listened to you and I tailed on Kyle Pitts last week and it busted a lot of my fucking props. The same way you
3 catches.
Yeah, the same way you listened to me about Tyler Algier smashing the under and he just destroyed
and he goes
that
for 50.
first touch. But yeah, Kyle Pitts is one of those guys who it's like if I bet on him, he does the opposite. If I don't bet on him, he does like he's one of those guys I just absolutely hate. Like I can't stand him.
Yeah, but I'm also never sitting McBride. I mean, that's
You can't.
crazy.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Especially with the tight end position this year.
They're both playable.
Um,
They're both playable. I'm curious as to who your flex is, but like this is coming from the bully tight end guy, and this has not worked so far this year.
I agree. Heading to the chat or heading to the next game here. Here you go. Skylar Thompson, Dolphins game. What do you like here? What do you not like? I love Achan's receiving yards even bumped to 30.5. I still like that.
Did you just skip over the Vegas Raiders and the Carolina Panthers?
Oh, I did. My bad. Sorry. Coming back to the Raider game here. So Gardner Minshew's passing yards looks like an absolute smash to me in this game. But again, I'd be worried about how the game script goes here in this game because I mean, Jesus, he's crushed this. He's averaging 260 on the season. And now you get one of the most advantageous matchups you can get. I think I really, really like Gardner Minshew over 200. Madison.
It's tough. It's tough, right? Because
it's a script.
If we're looking at just pass yards in general that the Carolina Panthers allow on average against two better passing offenses, I wouldn't necessarily call the Chargers better. It's been 165 yards. So I think the passing yards is not the free prop. The passing completions, the Panthers only allow 16.5. I'm not looking at the passing whatsoever. There's no information on Andy Dalton thus far this season, so I'm not willing to bet on that. I think where we have the best information is the running game, right? So you could bet on what's his face? Miles Sanders over 24.5 rushing yards.
That looks good, but he hasn't.
Zamir White's went up from 51 to 61.5 rushing yards, which is rough. But I like over his 9.5 receiving yards. So like that both of those are options. And then you could bet on Brock Bowers, but like last week we bet on Michael Mayer. He did it in the first quarter with one reception, over 9.5 receiving yards.
I love that one.
That's my absolute lock for this game. It's the only one I like.
Okay, so you don't like the Minshew over? Yeah, the game script could go rough here.
If they just have to run the ball, then like what are we talking about here, right? I'd rather bet on Jacoby Myers.
God damn, Zamir's did go up to. I got it at 51.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
so
Jacoby Myers
smashing that.
Jacoby Myers 32.5 receiving yards.
Looks free.
I think it's close to free as well.
Are they ever going to get Xavier Legette involved here? Is it first
now,
round pick?
Now the time, right? It's either going to be Legette, Deontay, Jonathan Mingo, or Adam Thielen, and I'm not willing to bet on any one of them.
I agree with that. That's tough because he hasn't even seen the field really. Okay. So if you guys got any questions, again, fire away in chat here. We got about 30 minutes left. We're going to try and cover as many games here as we can in the time, guys. And then I got to check my 20 roster. So Geno Smith, Skylar Thompson. I don't like any of these. I think under the completions, maybe for a Skylar, but I'm not willing to risk it because it could be a pass heavy game. I don't care that Achan's receiving yards has gone up to 30. I still like that. Jalen Wright has always been interesting for his rush yards, especially if these guys are the 1-2 punch.
Is Jeff Wilson playing today?
I believe he's out, but I haven't checked any updates yet.
Okay, if Jeff Wilson's out, I'm playing Jalen Wright over. But
do you guys know, chat, anybody, if Jeff Wilson's going to be out there today? I have not checked my phone at all. Charbonnet, I think I like. Man, I don't like anything of his. I can't say that. DK's tough. Jay Season's tough. Waddle's tough. I mean, Jonnu Smith receiving yards would be like one of the ones I like the most here because what happened last week with Hunter Henry and how they struggle against the tight end.
Yeah, I like Jonnu Smith receiving yards a lot.
And Achan, but that's it for me.
I mean, 63.5 receiving yards for Tyreek Hill. Like,
seems free.
It's free, so I'm going to take the over on that. Let's keep it realistic. Skylar Thompson is an NFL caliber quarterback, and he has an NFL caliber arm. He's been in this system, and he has proven in a playoff game that he's capable of being in this system. I'm very curious as to like what his rushing props are, though, because like they don't really have rushing props for him right now, and that's where he excels as a football player. So Drafters is very smart about this.
Yeah, it is. Jeff
So yeah,
Wilson is out
I
there,
like
by the way.
H-man receiving yards. I like Jonnu Smith, and I like Tyreek Hill. But like Jonnu Smith is probably my favorite play and my only play.
Got you. He says Jeff Wilson is a go, by the way.
That's fine. I'm still going general, right? I'm still playing him.
Okay. So again, fire any questions you guys got, by the way. And let's move on to the next game here. We're gonna oh man, here we go. Cowboys, Ravens. There's a lot I like from this game, by the way.
There's
So
no- other than Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dowdle, everything is likable.
yeah, I like Derrick Henry to crush 68. I like Zeke under. I like Justice Hill's receiving yards at 12.5. I like CeeDee Lamb at 83.5. I like Zay Flowers at 54. I even like Hunter or Isaiah Likely's longest reception. I like Ferguson at 37. I like 3.5 for Andrews. I mean, 7.5 kicking points for Aubrey seems like that's fucking one quarter. So I like that as well because he can kick from the 10-yard line on his own end zone. I mean, I like a lot in this game. What do you like from this game? What do you? My locks would be Justice Hill if I had to pick two locks. Justice Hill is Zeke under would be my
Don't
locks,
be
but I
stealing
like
my
a lot.
locks, sir. Don't be stealing my locks. Yes, Justice Hill, I agree, and the Zeke under 45 rushing and receiving, both locks.
You don't like anything else as a lock?
No,
Wow. Okay. What's up, Fonzie? Who is the better handcuff? Corum, Bigsby, or Davis? For me, it's Corum because if anything happens to Kyren, you know what.
I mean Justin Tucker 1.5 field goals is nice.
I like that too. I mean, fuck, he's been missing the 50 yarders though, dude. He does look like he's getting old. He's missed back to back.
Yeah,
I would definitely go Corum 100% though, because in McVay, you get a 90% snap share running back. If Bigsby goes down, you're not going to see that. Davis goes down, you're not going to see that. Corum's going to get an insane workload if anything happens to Kyren.
I don't disagree.
All right. So heading out of this game, we're moving on to Detroit, Arizona. Another game where I like a lot from this game. I know you don't like it, but I love Kyler Murray's 33.5 rushing or 14.5 longest rush. I think those are very good ones. I wish there was an anytime TD for Montgomery because he's going to find the end zone. And one I really like here, and this is one of my favorite locks of the week here, is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs, 79.5 rush plus receiving in this game. I think he has a monster day here. I think that's under by like half. I think he gets like 140.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is very closely my RB1 this week. I got him 51.5 rushing yards as an absolute lock. Lock that in. Jared Goff over 0.5 interceptions thrown is a very interesting proper statistic. I don't like James Conner a lot in this matchup. I kind of like the under on his rushing and receiving, but he could very well just crush that with his rushing alone. Amon-Ra St. Brown, not betting against him, not betting on him. Greg Dortch, I think he has a very favorable matchup. Whoever lines up in the slot or tight end there has a very plus matchup. Jameson Williams, I don't like. Khalif Raymond, not touching. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think could easily be a smash because right now his receiving yards, guys, this is what you got to look for. Right now his receiving yards are at 62.5, but his rush and receiving are at 60.5. So I'm taking the rush and receiving over 60.5 because that's a buffer of almost 3 yards.
Right. I like that.
So my two bets are over Jahmyr Gibbs and over 60.5 rushing and receiving for Marvin Harrison. Take advantage of that before they correct it.
I like that. Anything from the tight end side here or no?
I like them both. They're both top 5 tight ends for me this week. There's nothing on paper that says they should be, but it's just one of those things where instinctually it has to be.
So if I'm looking back at this, man, I really like the Kyler Murray rushing. I really like the Montgomery, and I love this game. I think Connor goes under. I think it's a tough matchup, and it's got to be an absolute smash for 6.5 for Amon-Ra in this game. He's like the most plus matchup minus everything this week. It looks like it's pure gold at 6.5. I think I like that one a lot, especially after seeing 18 targets last week. I mean,
elaborate on most plus matchup because Marvin Harrison has the most plus matchup. If we're talking about targets, he has like the Detroit Lions allowed 27.5 targets to the wide receiver. That's number one opportunity, the most advantageous opportunity here. If we're talking about receptions, there's 19 wide receiver receptions versus the Detroit Lions. That's also number one opportunity, most advantageous opportunity. Whereas the Cardinals, they allow only 16.5 targets to the wide receiver position on a weekly basis. which is the 19th most advantageous. And then receptions, they allow 12.5 receptions, which is the 8th most advantageous. So it is advantageous, but it's not the most plus. Like across the board, the most plus matchup, like
I'm looking for it right now.
everywhere, most plus matchup everywhere is the wide receivers for the Arizona Cardinals against the Lions. Whereas like the Lions receivers have a decent matchup, but it's not all pluses.
So I was looking for NFL DFS's research. Shout out to him. Comes on our stream maybe now and then. Looking for his PFF plus minus where he had Amon-Ra as number 1 versus the best matchup. And I can't find it because he posted 9 million Josh Allen posts.
Yeah, but I mean that's because PFF is like
Oh, here we
PFF
go. I got it.
Just puts up numbers for the sake of putting up fucking
Wide receiver week 3 matchups best wide receiver advantages NFL week 3. Amon-Ra St. Brown 97%, Jamar Chase 92.6.
But like, what's the rationale behind that? That's just PFF grades, putting out grades for the sake of putting out grades. There is no rationale behind it.
Well, I mean, it's just going up. Who you're going up against, I guess, is how you look at it.
I mean, like, it's very safe to bet on both of those guys because both of those guys have decent opportunities and historically have played well. But if we're talking about like most advantageous plus matchup opportunity, it's Marvin Harrison Jr. and the rest of the guys against Detroit, actually, because it's literally number 1 across the board everywhere.
Right. What's up, Magic? He says, who's the biggest sleeper of the week? Got to check out my top 5 sleeper video, bro. My biggest sleeper of the week is Jordan Whittington. I think he's like a true sleeper, or Juwan Jennings or Juan Jennings.
Kyle Juszczyk, motherfuckers.
Kyle Juszczyk for the anytime TD from Big Draft Energy, bro.
The juice.
The juice is loose. What's up, Sebastian? Start 2. Deontay, J Season, Higgins, and Akers. I'm going Higgins and J Season here.
Yep, I agree.
It says ignore the metrics for the Lions Cardinals. It will be a shootout. I think it will be, but I don't like the rush, man. I've been saying all year that Lions front is nasty up front. They've been holding the rush really well. I don't like Connor's rushing. That's like the only prop I don't really like.
So, like, look at it this way: if receiving targets for the running back situation against the Lions, it is the worst matchup on paper, where they only allow 2 targets to the wide receiver position, 2 receptions, and 4.5 receiving yards. So, like, on paper, that's one where it's like I'm willing to bet against James Conner in terms of the receptions, but it's a tough situation to bet against.
Because the shootout possibility.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like something's got to give, like we said earlier about the George Pickens situation in LA. And I think where it's got to give is it's going to be the tight ends. It's finally tight end week. Obviously, it's not like.
Is that just you hoping for the Laporta week? Or
no,
is it going for it?
If we're looking at the areas where both teams give up a lot of opportunities, it's where both of these tight ends end up finishing their routes at. It's not because I'm hoping for a Laporta week or I'm hoping for a McBride week. Other than the New Orleans Saints hate, everything else has like rationale and reasoning behind it. If we're looking at where these two guys run majority of their routes and finish their routes and where majority of the production has gone against both of these defenses, both of these guys are in line to have monster days.
So if you had to pick a prop from the tight ends, do you like the yards or the reception or the longest reception? They're both about the same. So 5.5, 4.5, 46 for Laporta, 53 for McBride.
Yeah, so here's my thing. Longest reception for Laporta makes sense because he has the run after catch ability, and that's what the Cardinals defense is weak against, the run after the catch. Whereas Trey McBride has no run after the catch ability, so 5.5 receptions, I think that has to be it. Once again, I like both of these guys. Both of these guys have an opportunity to eat. I love the 5.5 receptions for Trey McBride and the longest reception for Sam Laporta.
Wow, okay, I like that. What's up, Mr. Magic? He says, what do you think Zamir White does today? I've already bet that Zamir White is going to outscore Alvin Kamara this week, bro. That's the number 1 player in fantasy football. I think Zamir White gets 20-plus points in this game and sees 20-plus touches.
I think he'll get double figures in fantasy points PPR format.
I like him a lot this week.
I like him a lot this year, but fuck, it's weird, man.
Juszczyk has had 9 straight seasons as the number fantasy fullback and another in the top 10. The disrespect, dude. Juszczyk is a huge piece to the 49ers offense, bro.
If we're looking at the opportunity just for tight ends alone against, the Rams defense, Obviously, with Kittle being out, I don't trust Saubert. I know Juszczyk knows the role, can play the role. I think he kills it in receptions.
I think he balls out every time Debo and them are out, man. He's going to see targets too. They even leaked him out for like a 30-yard bomb last week.
Like 18.5 receiving yards, borderline free. Longest receptions, 10.5. For Kyle Juszczyk, I think is a lock.
Which one?
Longest reception for the Juice.
10.5. I'm taking it. All right, I'll lock that in. I like the receiving yards too. 18.5.
Correct. Yeah, I like it too.
Okay, what's up? Potato Tickler. God, that name just cracks me every time. Travis Kelce or Dallas Daughter? You got to go Travis Kelce here, man. You got no Pacheco now. This guy's got to get going here. They got to wake him up. What do you think here?
Let me pull up the numbers.
I mean, how's it going to look? We don't know how Steele's going to look. We don't know how Perine. I mean, Perine hasn't even seen a carry yet, and people are trying to start Samaje Perine this week. So I mean, that's crazy to me.
So Dallas Goedert has a way worse matchup against the Saints. And then
Falcons secondary is nasty. Those safeties up top are good. Simmons, Bates, they cover very well.
Like if we're talking, it's okay. So I'm just trying to find who has like where the advantage is for either one of them. So give me a sec. If we're looking at receptions, both of these guys don't have favorable matchups. Saints allow 3.5 receptions per game. Falcons allow 5. Oh, okay. There's. Yeah, I think Travis Kelce has a better opportunity.
And you have Pacheco down, so I'm definitely going with the Chiefs passing game here and that one.
Yeah, it isn't a bad matchup. It's a plus matchup, but very, very minute.
Got you. Okay, heading down to what game we head to next year. I think we're almost through the slate here. If you guys have any questions, again, fire them away. We got about 20 minutes left here, so I got to check my rosters and get headed over to my buddy's house here.
We got Sunday Night Football.
They got what?
Well, we got San Francisco, LA Rams, and then Sunday Night Football.
Oh, okay. So we're headed down to the Niners game here. Okay, this is absolute lock for me is Jordan Mason at 94.5 rushing with the Rams giving up 210 yards a game. I think that's free money. The Juszczyk we went over. I like receiving yards and longest reception. I think he's going to be a big impact. I think Kyren Williams under the 62.5 is pure gold. There's no way he's rushing for that with the offensive line beat up and no weapons out there. I'm not willing to touch Ayuk's receptions, although it looks nice at 5.5. Juwan Jennings at 3.5 and 18.5 longest reception looks nice, but it's risky. One of the ones I like the most in this game as well is Whittington, 3.5 receptions. He's going to crush that in the first quarter. And that's about it for me on this game. What do you like from this game?
I like Kyle Juszczyk, longest reception, 10.5 over. I like Juwan Jennings receiving yards, and I like Jake Moody field goals. That's it.
Jake Moody is the 1.5 up? Oh, it is. So 1.5 Moody, Juan. I'm going to tail this card. And who else?
Well, like these are all 49ers, so you're going to have to.
I know, I'm going Kyren under.
Okay.
I don't like Kyren at
Yeah, he's not somebody I'm willing to bet on or bet against. I think 11.5 for longest reception is easy money, like over, but I'm not touching it.
Got you. Jerry says it's Olave week, baby. I'm going Olave here.
I'm going Dobbins.
Versus the Steel
half
Curtain.
Half PPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Dobbins.
I think Olave blows out this week. Will Jennings outscore his projection? I think so. Yes. I like dude. He's a flex play with all the injuries that have happened, man. If Juwan Jennings is out there, you can throw him into your flex this week.
With AJ Brown being out in several leagues, I have Juwan Jennings actually playing right now.
Yeah, I'm not against that at all. I mean, this could be a big game for Juan here. I even like him for a possible touchdown. So, I mean, with the Rams giving up everything they give up on defense, you got to like everything 49ers here in this game, kind of.
Yeah, he's one of the best tertiary plays in DFS.
Yeah, I like that as well. So we're heading on to the Falcons Saints here. Catch up with questions here. Ronnie Bell. No, I know. Dobbins or Shaheed straight across. And yep, I'm going Shaheed as well. He's hot. The matchup's too good, but he is boom or bust, man. And he's booming right now. So you got to. I think I'm gonna ride the boom train on that one as well.
Yeah.
Anything you like from the Chiefs Falcons game here, Sunday Night Football?
I think receiving yards for Kyle Pitts is interesting. I think it's a tasty prop. I like it a lot.
Travis Kelce 47. Eesh.
So
It seems free.
Patrick Mahomes completions 24.5. I like that a lot because with Pacheco out, the run game is not going to be as reliable against a plus run defense. So I'm inclined to go over on the pass completions for him there. I like it a lot. Bijan Robinson, it's nothing that I absolutely love there. It's all doable, like potentially over. I think Samaje Perine gets involved more as a receiver, but I'm not touching it. Tyler Algier, I'm never betting against him or on him again. Darnell Mooney, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think Drake London is very interesting. 59.5 receiving yards is interesting, but he also went under in a more favorable matchup last week. Rashee Rice,
he bumped up a lot, 75.
It's tough to bet on him or to bet against him. Ray McLeod, over 14.5 longest reception, might be one of my favorite props every week moving forward. So I like that one. And then Travis Kelce, 47.5 receiving yards should be ideal, but like
he's struggling.
Young Hueku, 1.5 field goals made is decent. Harrison Butker is a monster, but like the refs always do shit in these games. And every time they do shit, I get fucking burnt by it. Like the Patrick Mahomes interception that should have been a fucking interception that got called back. That's what the 22nd interception that he's thrown.
17 NFL record
to like that was called back in the last 6 years to seal the game. That's crazy. So I'm not like it's not one of those games where it's like I love it. I'm looking at it. It's exciting. I try to avoid the Chiefs because like the NFL being scripted happens the most with the Chiefs being surrounded or the Chiefs being on the menu there. So it's just one of those games I don't like betting on at all. I think the Chiefs win. I think it's going to be ugly. But once again, Kirk Cousins in prime time. Everybody says he couldn't do it in prime time, and he's been balling. So it's a better watch than a bet.
I believe that as well. I mean, if there's any that I like, and it's not a lot, I do like that call on what's his name? Ray McLeod. I think that one's solid. That's about the only thing he runs is deep routes, and he's been getting a lot of looks. I'm interested in Samaje Perine's receiving yards to see how that works out as well, but I don't love it.
Let's look at the snap share. Because like when did Pacheco get hurt? At like what point of the game? It was early.
It was all
second.
Carson Steele.
It was early second, correct?
Yeah. No, third.
Third? Okay. So Pacheco had 66% of the snaps. Carson Steele had so he had 5 more snaps than Perine total that game.
But he had 7 carries to Perine's 0.
And then like the week before, Perine had 3 more snaps to Carson Steele. So I think Perine still gets involved.
He will be, especially with Kareem Hunt being ruled out.
I think he gets involved like minimum 40%, maximum 55%. And still with that kind of usage, especially being the more reliable back when it comes to third down pass blocking, his receiving should be almost a lot. But it really comes down to like we need more information.
Right. I don't know how he's going to be out there.
It's going to be like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because like if he doesn't get utilized, then you're fucked if you take the bet. And if he does get utilized, then you're laughing. Because 17.5 receiving yards is fucking pretty spicy.
It looks good to me too, but it's just tough to call.
Yeah.
Mr. Magic says, how about Deontay Johnson bounce back? I've been saying that Andy Dalton's going to open this offense up, but I just don't know who it's going to be. So there's a lot of options.
Like Deontay Johnson is one of those guys in redraft that I regret listening to you about. And I
was high on him.
I sold him so fucking fast, like as fast as I possibly could. For one of my buy low
Swift, right?
Yeah.
Man, I was super high. I thought he was going to be a target hog, bro. And then Bryce Young is trash can, dude. Chef says still has a chance to be a banger today. I do. I mean, I'm I think Steele's going to be a nice play here. I think he's going to find the end zone. I really do. Jerry says, I like the Falcons plus 3.5.
It's not bad.
I'd have to agree. I might take the Falcons to win this game.
But once again, like Vegas, shadiness, NFL being scripted, Taylor Swift, all that, like that is most inclined to happen when you see Kansas City Chiefs, especially in prime time. Like I avoid the Kansas City Chiefs because like that's where, dreams and bets and hopes and prayers go to die. So just avoid.
100% true.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got 10 minutes left. Smash that like button. Smash that subscription if you're new. Make sure you hit the link I just dropped in the comments as well. Make sure you go drop my guy, Big Draft Energy, the co-host here on the shows, a sub on his channel. And let's move on to our last Monday Night Football, the end here.
There's two games. That's weird.
2 games. Okay, here, this game right here with the Jags and Bills. Let me get the chef here first. Johnson can still finish as a top 15 wide receiver, but Bryce stopped wearing his platform cleats, so he couldn't see over the line anymore. Dude, man, he looked really, really bad. I feel really bad like blasting him anymore. I've already given him enough. So for this game, I think Josh Allen is going to crush 228 passing. I think this is where the Jags get absolutely throttled by the pass game. I like his 11.5 longest rush. I'd probably take that over that. That one's nice as well. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I don't want to. 9.5 looks enticing, but I don't want to touch anything from him. He's been pretty bad. 17.5 receiving from James Cook is borderline free as well. I believe on that one. And Travis Etienne at 49 yards. The Bills are beatable in the run. That seems way too fucking low for Travis Etienne. I know the Tank's been seeing carries, but I like that one as well. I don't like BTJ. I don't like Kirk. I don't like anything Coleman. I don't like anything Gabe. I don't like Shakir. Strange is very interesting at 23.5. They've been struggling versus the tight end. But that's about it for me in that game. I don't want to touch Dalton Kincaid either. What do you like? What do you don't like from the game?
Receiving yards for Travis Etienne is the one that's popping up the most to me. And then I would say the passing yards make sense for Josh Allen, but if it's an absolute blowout, then it's tough to bet on because we saw that happen with Miami. So then going back to the running backs, longest rush or rushing yards for James Cook against a team that hasn't really allowed a lot of rushing yards or longest rush. It also seems like lockable. So I'm going to bet on James Cook over 61.5 rushing yards and over 20.5, over 11.5 longest reception for Travis Etienne. Those are my 2 favorite plays. Longest reception for Brian Thomas Jr. is like borderline 50, but I'm not betting on it. It could be a Keon Coleman game, could be a Khalil Shakir game, could be none of the above because
So they've even taken Curtis Samuel's props away.
Yeah, well, like it just seems like it's like Brenton Strange, 23.5 receiving yards is another lock over.
That's what I was saying. I like a lot. I like the Strange one a ton.
Yeah. So those are the 3 I like. But like based off of game script, I think this is going to be a one-sided affair, and I don't think we're going to see Josh Allen passing a lot. So I don't like the passing props.
Okay. Oh, I'm yawning. That's not good. It's getting up at 5 a.m. I'm ready to grind. All right, so moving on. Last game here, guys. You got any questions? Fire away. We got about 7 minutes left. We will answer anything you got. What's up, Alex? Welcome in. Worthy or Javonte Williams in my flex? I like Javonte, man. I don't want to play the boomer bust game with Worthy. And you have Terrell, Simmons, and Bates. That Atlanta secondary has been good all year. It's tough for me to play him against them.
Worthy.
He likes Worthy. Javonte is still tough as well. I don't like the situation you're in, honestly. But
here's the thing:
safe play.
The Chiefs will have no choice but to throw the ball more due to the running situation right now. They will have no choice but to throw the ball more. So that's more opportunity for Xavier Worthy, who has, on paper, one of the most explosive scorers in football. So I'm going to bet on that. I'm 100% going to bet on that.
I like that. Okay. There you go. You got both sides. I'd take the safe floor for me on this one, unless you're playing an opponent where you really need the boom to hit. That's if his lineup has you crushed and you look like you're in a, if you're looking at it, you're like, I'm going to get beat, I'd play Xavier Worthy. If you're looking at a matchup where it's close, I'd probably take the safe floor. Disco be right. The Chiefs have passing plays they use as runs. That's true as well. And you have Pacheco out, so he could be even utilized more. But I do like the Atlanta secondary, man. I really do. The offseason moves they made were very nice. It's helped them a ton. Look for it to be a low-scoring, ugly game. I think it's going to be a 24-20, Jerry, in the Chiefs game. Magic says Kareem Hunt is going to take over the backfield next week. They dropped a couple updates. I wouldn't trust anything until I see it yet. I wouldn't be going crazy trying to trade for him. I wouldn't be going, wasting tons of fab on him, but he's probably already off your wire if you play in a competitive league. But heading down to the last game here, Monday night, Bengals. I'm taking Jamar Chase over on everything, and if he doesn't do it, I'm dropping him to the wire everywhere. I'm sick of this shit. He goes for 150 and a touchdown in this game, and he should. That's the only prop I like in this game is him going ham. I don't think Mike Gesicki's receptions are going to keep up. I think you're starting to see an Eric All breakout kind of season pop in here. I like Zach Moss's rushing yards a lot. And I think that's about it. I don't want to touch anything Joe Burrow, long reception, longest rush. I don't like it. Maybe 10.5 receiving yards for B-Rob looks good, but besides that, I think that's all I got. What do you
Longest rush for Gaden Daniels, 14.5, smashing the over. I like Brian Robinson's rushing yards. I like the over there. I like Chase Brown's receiving yards, 9.5. Love the over there. Jamar Chase, I like either the longest reception or the receiving yards. Smashing the over on both of those. I'm more inclined to get the longest reception because if we're just talking about like plays against the Washington Commanders defense, it's not necessarily with volume. It's with big fucking smash plays to number one receivers. So either longest receptions to T or to Jamar Chase, both are doable. Stagger them if you want. And then, there's nothing else I'm willing to touch in this game.
Yeah, I don't like it that much. Catch up with chat. We got like 4 minutes, guys. If you're new in here, smash the sub. We will be live every Sunday. Make sure you check out my guy's stream as well. It takes you 2 seconds to click on the link, 2 seconds to hit subscribe. We're live every single week on both shows. He says, last one here from Alex, BTJ or Worthy. I'm going BTJ just because it's BTJ and he's matchup proof nightmare. I love the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I love BTJ. I think he's matchup proof as well. But if we're talking about plus game script, positive game script, it just makes sense to go with Xavier Worthy tonight. So I'm riding with Worthy. Stop yelling.
You
need to get yourself an espresso coffee machine, and you need to start like chugging that shit.
Pickens or
Higgins. I'm ready to rock.
Pickens or Higgins from Jim Kovacic. I'll let you answer this one. Who you got?
I'm going to go Pickens. I think this is going to be a Pickens breakout week.
I'm going Pickens. Man, I just haven't seen enough from Higgins. I know the matchup looks gold, but
we haven't seen anything.
Yeah. Charbonnet or ETN? I'm going ETN. Buffalo struggles versus the run. I like ETN a lot this week. I think he's fed.
I'm going Charbonnet. Miami really struggles against the run.
Rapid fire, guys. Fire away. 3 minutes left, and I got to get going here. Do I think Kyren will be a strong flex? I think you have to play him if you have him as a flex. You're not going to sit Kyren Williams if you paid the draft capital.
Yep.
Calvin Ridley. I'm going Ridley over Juan. Oh, man. Maybe Juan.
I'm going Ridley.
Easily. I'm going, Ridley. Ridley still for, Juan could have a big game, though. It's a good matchup. Kyler Murray or Mahomes? I'm going Kyler. This is a blow-up Kyler game here.
Yeah, I'm going Patrick Mahomes.
Ooh, okay. If Penix takes Kirk Cousins, he become a first cousin. Yeah, bro, you cracked me up, dude. Steele, Javonte, or Worthy? Worthy from him. I'm going to go Steele. I'm going to ride the Carson Steele for 1 week and see what happens. Sub to both. Appreciate you. Thank you for going over there and subbing to Big Draft Energy's channel. It means the world, guys. One last question here. If you guys had to choose who is the best fantasy player ever, past or present, mine would be LaDainian Tomlinson. He carried me to so many championships. It's ridiculous.
CJ2K.
Or Antonio Brown.
Le'Veon Bell. I loved all of those guys.
A.D. McCoy.
When Cam Newton was Cam Newtoning, that was sick. You know who's one of the worst fantasy football players of all time? Andrew Luck. Fuck him. Fuck that guy. He literally a day before he retired, I fucking drafted him, and then he retired out of nowhere. Trent Richardson, another Indianapolis Colt. Trent Richardson, that guy, year two, invested really high. Fuck that guy as well. Jesus Christ, there's so many duds that turned me into the monster I am today.
All right, guys, we'll go through it real quick. 1 minute left here. I'm going to answer them real fast, and we're going to head out. Make sure you smash that sub to my guy, Disco. Big Drop Energy. Make sure you drop a sub here. Smash a like. We're going to go real fast here, and then I get going. B-Rob over Dobbins. I like B-Rob. Darnell Mooney or DeMarcus Robinson. I like DeMarcus Robinson.
Mooney.
He likes Mooney. JK or Zach Moss. I like Zach Moss. The matchup's too good.
Better option.
And Seahawks -4 smash play. Don't see how I like Seahawks -4 as well.
I don't.
And that's it, guys. Thank you for hanging out today. Disco, thanks for being on the stream for 2 hours. You're an absolute goat, my co-host. Make sure you smash him a sub, smash a like, smash a subscription. I got to get going. Literally, guys got the food going. I got to get a coffee. I don't know why I'm yawning. Thank you guys for hanging out today. Thanks for all the support. And we will be back tomorrow night recapping the games and going over Monday Night Football.
Yeah, and send us your tickets that you tailed, and make sure that you guys use promo code SLEAZE on Drafters Fantasy so you can get all of our locks, not just today, but every fucking week for the rest of the season. We are crushing these pick'em tickets. Once again, we're not liable for any losses. If you are, if you have any gambling problems or addictions,
seek help.
Like it's only gamble what you're willing to lose and what you're able to lose. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. Shout out to James Saw. Appreciate you. And we'll see you guys.
I'll go Amari and Zamir there, Max. Amari and Zamir.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow before the two Monday nighters. We're probably gonna have to go a little bit earlier, but just text me, let me know.
Oh, I will. I forgot about that. All right, guys. See you later, guys. Have a good one. Good luck to everyone in their matchups, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.
What's crack-a-lackin'?